Hello, good morning, and welcome to Cookmaster 69X. Today I have with me my dear friend Lotto Bees. Eat the Rich. Lotto Bees. Hi, Bees.
Oh,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I have bedroom charcuterie,
Nice.
which is a combination of things that I have within my vicinity of my room because I have a mini fridge, and also I like snacks. It's gluten-free pretzel sticks. Uh, you know those like animal cracker cookies? I got those. I got beef jerky. I got apple slices, and I have apple juice. And I also, if I'm feeling frisky, I got some white cheddar popcorn.
Wow. Impressive. So today we are going to be handling the culinarian armor and blacksmith quests. And if we have time, maybe another Ixal rank up quest, and then for sure there's another quest we have to do. So a little bit of an explanation here. Recently, Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.4 came out, and with it, one of the changes they made is they killed the ability to summon Selene. You can only summon Eos now. And instead, what they've given you is a similar system to the Eggy glamours that you get for Summoner, where you can change the glamour of your fairy. However, in order to do that, you need to do a quest, which legally I have to read on stream. So I couldn't do that. So I figured out a cheat, and that cheat is I have Bees stand here.
Hi.
Bees does the quest.
Yeah, hi.
So Bees changes their fairy to be Selene, so I can do my intro. In case you're curious about the relation between the opening song being Thanos' theme and cooking today, I would invite you to look at the "What was he cooking" meme, the original one. Look who it is. There's Thanos.
I've seen that thumbnail. Now that you showed the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. So that's the connection.
Let's go.
Probably my most impenetrable one yet.
Oh, you know what? I'm so sad now, actually.
Why?
There's a specific helmet
Uh-huh.
that looks like Thanos, kind of, and if you dye it purple, I could have been wearing that.
Are you thinking of the Mistbeard helm, maybe?
Something like that. Cheswick wears it whenever he crafts all the time to spite me, and it just dawned on me I could have been wearing that instead of my
That's
Namazu face.
Anyway. It's crafting time. So, as we have with most crafters, we have started a few of the crafting quests just because I needed to unlock the class and also get our secondary tool unlocked.
Also, am I good to kill Selene?
Yeah, you can kill her. Get her out of here. Once again, I apologize in advance for any noises you may hear in the background from my neighbors. Life is misery. Pain is my life. Anyway, we're going to be starting off with the culinarian quests here. I asked Bees whether or not they wanted to see save the culinarian quests for last or do it first, and they said do it first. So
Yes.
We're going to be doing it first. So let's check in with old Lingsath here again and see what we got to do. Dodo it yourself. Lingsath wants you to assist Ingham with a large order. Ah, Ruja, fine timing. I need your help. Remember Ingham? Well, your grilled trout did wonders for his motivation. Lad's been working his arse off ever since. Any road, I thought I'd give him a chance to prove himself with a big order for delivery, but it looks like he might have bit off a bit more than he can chew. Now, everything he's made to me satisfaction. The problem's being what he's not made, and I ain't talking about a missing tuile. I don't know what that word is. Nor a stray crouton, neither. I'm talking about the bleeding main course of grilled dodo. So I'd be much obliged. Huh?
I think it's just Tool.
Is it Tool? Tuile?
I think.
Sure, I'll take it. So I'd be much obliged if you could whip up 2 servants in his stead and get him over to him quick. In case you're not familiar with the dish, 'tis one of the Bismarck's old favorites. You rub garlic and salt into a piece of old dodo tenderloin, then grill it. Shouldn't pose a rising star like yourself no trouble. It's true, I already have it prepared. And I've had it prepared for several months, in fact. I'm sure it's still nice and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Alright, would you like to take Ingham then?
What is it now? The Guildmaster has entrusted me with the preparation of a sizable order, so if you don't mind, I shall get back to work.
Here. Some chicken.
Chicken. You brought me 2 servings of grilled dodo. And what precisely do you propose I do with... Main course. How could I have forgotten the main bloody course? And it's far too late to start prepping now. Damn it, your grilled dodo will have to do. I only hope the quality of the other courses and accompaniments compensates for it.
It's not high quality, so, I mean...
Yeah. Hey, the twirl.
It's fine.
You cooked these? The golden brown hue, tantalizing the eyes from betwixt a perfect diamond pattern of brittle lines. The surface is seared to perfection. Aye, over a hot fire to seal in the juices, just as the Guildmaster teaches. And this irresistible aroma, just enough garlic to balance the dodo's...
Gamey.
I just said granny! The dodo's gamey
Sure.
richness, but not so much as to overwhelm the palate. Beg pardons. As I was saying, this is impressive. Grilled dodo may seem a simple dish, but therein lies the rub. If one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong. I could not have produced anything near this standard. God damn it. I practice day and night in order to improve my skills, only to botch my largest ever order. And then you come along and save the day! You of all bloody people. God, what have I done to deserve this?
Man, fuck you. I'm helping.
You fucking dunce.
For free!
Suffice it to say, I am not pleased with how things have turned out, but you've done me a kindness, and I always repay my debt. Listen, well, for I will share with you information that should prove to your profit. You know what guild levs are, I trust? Well, there's a variety that calls for culinary expertise. They're known as tradecraft levs, and they provide an excellent opportunity to hone your skills while earning coin. If such work interests you, I recommend you speak with Tamakri of the Adventurers Guild, and on that note, away with you.
Why are you so mean to me? Alright, cool. Next one. Oh wow, Dalen and I have the same craft, have the exact same culinarian level. What are the chances?
Wait, you and who?
Me and Otaku's character, Dalen.
Oh, hi, that's you.
Yeah. On a skewer tip,
Okay.
Linksath wants you to speak with Ingham, who he suspects has botched another order. Bro, this guy. He's just botching it. Well, if it ain't young Ruja. I think I'm actually probably technically older than you because of how the years work, but I'm not going to tell you because you know that joke where like you ask a woman how old they are and then like everybody gets mad at you because you're not supposed to ask a woman how old they are.
Uh-huh.
They did it like twice with Vieira even.
Yep.
It's that. And judging by the burns on your hands, you've been working hard at your cooking, or you've been fucking up immensely. Mm-hmm. Good on you. You're an inspiration to your peers, lass, especially Ingham. He's been working like a man possessed since that business with the grilled dodo. Not that it's made much difference. Truth be told, I'm convinced he's made a pig's ear of things again. Hasn't told me as much, mind, but it's writ plain on his face. I've tried to prise the story out of him and see if there's aught I can do, like, but he bites his tongue when I'm around, the stubborn sod. Any road, I was thinking might as be he'd open up to one of his peers, and seeing as how you've had such an effect on him, I'd reckon you might be just the last for the job. So do us a favor and coax the story out of him, would you? Oh, and lend him a hand if he needs one.
Get him ass.
Kill.
Kill.
Oh, you're punching him.
You again? What have you come for this time?
Oh, sorry. It's down here if you need it.
Okay.
Can you see that at all?
Yeah, I just gotta... look at it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just way further away now that I can look at my other monitor. It's away from my mic, so I will be a little quieter.
That's okay.
You again? What have you come for this time? Oh, I see. The guildmaster sent you spying on me now. He thinks that I am incompetent and can't be trusted to do my own work.
Yeah.
My fooling. Master Lingsaf thinks that I'm incompetent. It's because I am. With me, it's one burgled order after another. Bungled. Not burgled.
Love a good bungle.
Yeah. It shames me to reveal this to you, of all people. Why he puts so much emphasis on the fact that, like, he hates you.
Well, yeah, it's because it's because I'm new. I'm new here.
I'm new.
I'm new in town.
But I've offended one of the Bismarck regulars. The man, Maga.
Maitamaga, maybe? I think.
Yeah. Has a soft spot for meat kebabs, so I thought I'd impress him with a complimentary skewer. Only to have his expression turn sour the instant he took a bite. I'll never forget the steel in his voice when he said that he would have words with the management.
Ah, his last name must be Karen.
Yes.
Maitigmata of Clan Karen.
I mean, to add luster to the Bismarck's reputation, instead I tarnished it. I want to set things right, but I don't know how. Maita Maga's still out on the terrace, but I can't bear facing him again. Not this soon. Gods, what am I going to do?
I'll kill him. Oh wait, this way.
I mean, they connect.
Yeah. Here, you know what? Here, Leah, let's here. There we go.
Welcome.
Hi.
We're on a date.
He looks relaxed.
He's chilling.
No, I shan't be ordering anything else. I see you're still here. If you're recording, that's fine. I'm recording too. Let me guess. You come to apologize on behalf of that sorry excuse for a chef who made that god's awful meat kebab. Well, I am afraid the damage has been done. I have been served second-rate food at the Bismarck. It is only right that the man responsible should be dismissed, and I mean to see to it that he is. Do not mistake my intention. I do this solely to preserve the Bismarck's good name. Were it to become known that Lingsaf was employing the services of inferior chefs, this once fine establishment would soon fall into disrepute. You have yet to speak a word, but I take it you are not pleased with my evaluation. Very well. If you would have me believe that this incident was an aberration, and not, in fact, indicative of the general decline in standards, I suggest you convince me with your cooking. I will not have it said that I am an unreasonable man. Make me another meat kebab, one fit for consumption this time, and I shall reconsider my stance. Would you say this is kind of a...
You could have sent it back in the first place, my guy.
Would you say this is kind of a Karen haircut?
Absolutely. It just needs to
I
be a
feel
little
like
bit more blonde.
Yeah, I feel like it whenever I think of it, it's always like the bangs that kind of almost go over one eye.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this works too, I guess. Hey man, I got it. Where is my meat kebab? The other fellow's attempt may have been unpalatable, but at least I did not have to wait for it. There you go. Why are these named after Mikote, by the way? Why? Ah, here it is. Finally. Unless you have any objections, I shall sample it in your kitchen. That way I can treat Lingsaf to my opinion with the flavor still fresh upon my palate. You are not allowed to come into the kitchen, sir. There's no shot.
The door is wide open, though.
Sure, whatever. How did he get here? Well, it would seem you have made amends for your fellow chef's failure. This is as moist and flavorsome a meat kebab as I have ever tasted, and I've tasted more than I can count. As a matter of fact, I consider myself a connoisseur of the dish and know more than a little about its preparation. Would you like me to tell you what I think your colleague did wrong? Not particularly, no. First of all, in his eagerness to seal in the meat's moisture, he left it searing for far too long, producing something akin to charcoal. Not so with your dodo. Its surface is charred just enough to be aromatic, while the middle is still moist. Second, your friend grilled all the ingredients together, even though tomato and paprika require far less time over the fire than the meat. To your credit, you did not fall into this trap. Last but not least, your friend was too heavy on the salt. Those with underdeveloped palates may beg to differ, but it is the harmony of sweet, sour, and salty that makes a meat kebab. And yours, my friend, struck the perfect balance. Which brings me to my conclusion. I was wrong to assume that the quality of your colleague's dish was indicative of a general decline in the standards. It would seem the Bismarck's reputation is in no immediate danger, thus reassured I shall forget about the incident, provided I get a 50% off coupon. Master Lingsoth has done well to train such a capable culinarian. I pray you continue honing your skills under his tutelage. You know what the funniest thing... I don't know. You know what the funniest thing about that entire thing is? The process for crafting in Final Fantasy XIV requires virtually no effort on the player's part. Well, that's not necessarily true, but like early crafting especially. No, I'm afraid of you. The early process of crafting is literally just like press the button, and then the thing happen.
Don't worry, it also becomes that later when you discover macros.
Fair enough, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is like that entire discussion that he had, or like explaining like how exactly to cook every individual thing, is just kind of pointless. Because like we didn't do any of that shit. We pressed a button and it happened.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's kind of like the player's kind of meant to go like, did I do that?
Like, are we sure?
Or it's just like the Warrior of Light just did it without really even thinking about it, like just naturally, just like, yep, cooking, did it, done, got him. Which does fit into the general idea of that the Warrior of Light is a freak of nature who is good at everything.
Yep.
Anyway, hey buddy. Ah, Ruja, just the woman I was looking for. Word's already reached me ears about what she got up to while I was away. Dare him tell it you let somebody into the kitchen to try our food. You can't do that.
It wasn't me. I promise.
We really should put a door over there at some point. I'm not really sure why it's open.
Very drafty.
The sea salt really fucks with the flavor of some of the foods, too. Dare him tell it you single-handedly restored Almadamaga's faith in the Bismarck. For that, you have my gratitude, lass, and Ingham's, too. I told him to thank you in person, but he's too bloody proud. Don't hold it against him, though, eh? I've already forgiven the daft sod. I don't know what you heard about me, but I ain't never been one to give none of mine the axe for buggering up a dish or three. There's no denying our patrons are important, but they ain't the main reason for being here. Nay, me first duty's the training of culinarians, and even if the good name of this restaurant suffers for it, you won't see me shedding no tears. You know why, lass? 'Cause it's the people what ultimately make this place. And more than anything else, it's their passion for cooking that I wants to bring out. Truth be told, there's only one reason I'd send a man away, if he stopped wanting to be a culinarian. Of course, I doubt that somehow as it'll ever apply to you. In the short time you've been here, you've already proven yourself more than capable. And so long as you keep your nose to the stove, you're only going to get better. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of, and tasting it for good measure.
Please don't put your nose to the stove, you'll burn yourself.
Yes. Fun fact, by the way, when I was a kid, I burned myself on a grill.
Your nose?
No, not my nose, like my arms.
Oh,
Like there was like a big old barbecue grill that was like outside, and I was running around at like a meetup, and I slammed into it, and I got like second-degree burns all over both my arms.
Buddy.
And ever since then, I've had incredible heat sensitivity.
Bro, let's go.
Not as like a superpower.
Constantly.
Not as like a superpower, but like I react very strongly to heat.
It's a
So, yeah, exactly. So that's cool, I guess. All right, here we go. Yeah, I injured myself a lot when I was a kid. I don't know how I'm alive, but funnily enough, I didn't break a bone until I was in like junior year of high school. All of my injuries were like very heavy, but never bone breaking. Releasing a burden. Lingsath is concerned about the health of a certain guild member. I put my hand on the grill on purpose because for some reason I didn't believe my mom that it was hot. Dumb. I think a lot of people are like that. Like, if somebody tells you that something's hot, then it's just like, well, I gotta make sure. What if they're wrong?
I remember being in like 7th grade, so I was in middle school, and I remember being in science class, and they were very adamant that like, don't be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a hot plate, don't touch it. and in my brain, because they never at that point showed us what a hot plate was in terms of like in a science setting. So I was literally just imagining like a fucking paper plate, and they were like, and so a student went and wanted to see if the plate was hot, so they put their full palm on it, because that's where you figure out where heat is. It's where you touch things. He put his full palm on it and gave himself burns. Like, so don't do that. Always hover.
Mm-hmm.
And in my brain, it's just like a fucking paper plate from like the dollar store, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Autism. Let's go.
Yeah. How do you do, Ruja? Been taking care of yourself, lass? Remember, if you ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. And that goes out to everybody out here. Take care of yourself, please. Speaking of health, one of our lots ain't been her normal self of late. Divin' Dove's her name, and she's been having trouble letting go, judging by the grimace she's been wearing. Told the poor woman she should take better care of herself, but she'll barely leave the kitchen for anything, which is probably how the problem came about, now that I comes to think of it. Annie wrote, if it ain't sorted soon, I'm really worried she'll explode. That happens sometimes here. Do you know what a pixie plum is, lass? 'Tis a fruit what's native to Corthus, and just the thing to help solve Divin' Dove's problem. Trouble is, they're bitter as sin when fresh. Which is why plenty of chefs don't cook with the things. Of course, what they don't know is you can get rid of the bitterness by drying them. Better still, doing so brings out their natural sweetness without affecting their other properties, giving rise to the noble treat that is the dried plum. Now, I would have made these myself, but we ain't got no plums at the moment, and I can't very well leave me post to go and get 'em, so I needs you to do the procuring and the making in me stead. You can pick the plums in the wild if you're fond of foraging. Failing that, take a gander at the market board in the West Hawker's Alley. Oh, and once the dried plums are ready, see that Divin' Dove eats 'em, would you? Aye, and, yeah, you might want to avoid letting on the whys and wherefores, touchy subject, and all that. What are you doing there? Cooking up.
A weaver now.
Cooking up a
cloth.
shirt. Yeah.
A velvet.
Fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
All right. Well, would you like to take Diving Dove then?
One second, let me finish this bite of pretzel.
Yep. You do that.
You want me to give you my opinion on your handiwork?
Sure. Here you go. Dried plums. Wait, hang on. Just make sure of something really quick. Wait. Why is it saying turn into a...
What? Oh.
Huh? Whatever. I made more than one. Wait. Where is the high quality one coming from?
Where are you coming from?
I don't
On
know.
your other page, maybe.
No, that's fine. Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Well, my dodo won't be turning for a little while, so I suppose I can spare a moment. Let's go to the upper floor.
Why?
I thought
Why
it
can't we
said
do it
supper
here?
floor, and I was like, oh my god, that's so funny. But no, it's not. I just misread it. Oh, these are lovely. What kind of fruit did you say these were?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Pixie plums? Well, I never. There isn't a hint of bitterness about them. The drying process rinsed with that, you say? I had no idea. In truth, the only thing I did know about the pixie plums is that they're a traditional remedy for... Now, look here. We barely exchanged 2 words since you joined this guild, and yet you are being presumptuous.
Did I just ask her to marry me or something? Like, am I missing something?
I don't fucking know, man.
He tricked me!
What? It was all the Guildmaster's idea? Oh, gods. Has the man no decency? This is an outrageous invasion of my privacy. Unforgivable and strangely moving. As busy as I am, I'm not so busy as Master Lingssath. Yet somehow he finds the time to look after his many charges while I can scarcely spare a moment to look after myself. I've been working so hard. Maybe effort is not the answer. Perhaps I just need to relax a little. Thank you for the gift. I promise to take better care of myself in the future.
I don't
I'd like to
believe
imagine
you.
that you're not speaking at all in any of these, and they're just kind of...
assuming shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that seems about right. Also, Otaku, until you said that exactly, I did not realize that is probably what the plums are there for, to help her take a shit. I was just like, oh yeah, probably just like a remedy for tiredness or something like that. I never even thought to consider like, oh yeah, maybe it's to help her shit.
I didn't even think about that either.
Maybe that's why she's so embarrassed. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that would make sense actually.
I mean, if they're fucking propped up here all day, every day, just not having breaks at all, you gotta take some time.
Diving Dove's problem was constipation. Is that in the lore book? Is that in the Eorzea encyclopedia or in the recipe book? Is that what it says in the recipe book? Additional culinarian lore? I mean, if there was any place to put additional culinarian lore, the recipe book would probably be the place to put it.
I'm like, 1 second, and I fucking frantically go and find it.
I mean, anything's possible. No, but you being given you essentially make prunes, it makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. Winning friends with Aldgoat. Lingsath still appears to be concerned about Diving Dove's health. Great timing, Ruja. Just so happens I've got a task for you what'll test your ingenuity in the kitchen. Diving Dove's looking a lot less tense thanks to your dried prunes, but she's still a little bit on the pale side for my liking. Just checking to see if she was white at all. She's not. Woman needs some red meat in her, and if you ask me, I wants you to cook it. A nice big Aldgoat steak should put some color back in her cheeks. Thing is, Diving Doves don't care much for the meat. Aldgoat's tough as leather, you see, and it's got a pretty pungent flavor to boot. Islanders are just about the only folk as enjoy it. Safe to say you'll need to do something about the texture and taste if you want Diving Dove to eat your Aldgoat steak. Got all that? Good. Now run along, eh?
You like my vision on ditch? Very well. What do you have for me?
I have Aldgoat steak, a traditional dish of the Highland Hure, consisting of a thick cut of Aldgoat chuck, charred over an open flame. I hate the word chuck in that context. Just bad. I don't like it. Just say chunk.
Yeah. Oh. Is this what I think it is? If so, I must warn you that I'm not particularly fond of Aldgoat. My evaluation may not be the most objective, but if you insist.
Let's teleport over to the supper floor.
And you made a salad with it, and
yeah.
2 bread rolls, and
what you
the
got
fuck
me
is
a
in
tiny
the glass?
And you got me a tiny goblet?
My word, are you certain this is Aldgoat? It's not chewy in the slightest. You've done a fine job tenderizing the meat, I must say.
By the way, this is the exact same set of models that came up when we were showing that one guy the dodo tenderloin, or the dodo meat.
Hell yeah.
Like it's the same shit.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
What's more, I can scarce make out the pungent flavor. It reminds, to be sure, but it's somehow pleasant, almost delicious when complemented by garlic.
Well, garlic makes everything better.
Being rich in iron, Aldgoat is supposedly good for you, but its texture and taste leave a lot to be desired. Which is why I've always loathed this stuff. Ironic that you should choose me, of all people, to sample your... Wait a minute. This is another one of Guildmaster's schemes to nurse me back to health, isn't it? Why, that infuriating... I said I would take better care of myself, didn't I? Apparently he thinks he knows better.
Well, apparently you've been doing a very bad job.
Apparently you're turning white.
Yeah, that's bad. The only people that do that are people who are sent to another dimension for some reason. Into the white people dimension. Where everybody becomes white.
Oh god. That's so scary. Don't go there. At any rate, it does nothing to detract from your achievement. You've made me change my mind about Aldgoat, and that's no small coup. No chef in my native Ulda would have gone to such lengths to make the meat appealing. They would have dismissed it as lowly fare, unworthy of their time. Uldan cuisine is a true product of life in the Sultanate. You see, life with pomp?
Pomp,
and
yeah.
pretense. Okay. I began my career there, but soon grew weary of all the charlatans masquerading as gourmets. To hear them speak, one would assume the gold leaf was an essential part of every meal. That is why I came. Limsa.
Damn it.
What?
There it is.
Oh, the gods that I did. Yeah, the people's love the cuisine is simple. The people's love of cuisine is simple and pure, and it shows the dedication of our true guild members. Not a day goes by that I do not count myself fortunate to have been given the opportunity to work alongside fine culinarians like you.
Thanks.
Please get healthier.
Please go to therapy. The next dish we'll be creating is a standard fare for people to eat while they're in therapy sessions. Ruja, your next task is to cook up a therapist.
Oh no!
The chef's bane cometh. Linksath wants you to cook for a distinguished guest in his stead. Bollocks! Me aunt!
Therapist.
What?
I'm cooking for the therapist.
Oh, of course, yeah. How in the seven hells am I meant to cook with one bloody hand? Gah! All the goddamn times I could have heard it, why did it have to be now? Forgive me language, lass. Don't worry, it ain't serious. Well, it is a bit serious, to tell the truth. I've gone and knackered me... Wait, what the fuck? Got knackered me in trying to catch a fallen crate, see? It'll heal and all, but it hurts like a bastard. Can't so much as scratch me arse with it, never mind the old skillet. Wouldn't be so bad, but we got ourselves a bigwig coming to dine today. One of the most powerful men in Ul'dah. Now, I've been in the business for decades, and I ain't no stranger to coddle dignitaries with whine about the color of the bloody crockery, and how there's too much parsley garnish on top of their soup. But this ain't no ordinary coddled dignitary we're dealing with. This one fancies himself a food critic, and he's always out to find fault, real or not. And that ain't the worst of it. Owing to his influence, he's driven more than a few respectable establishments into the ground. For this, he's earned himself the name of Chef's Bane in culinary circles. Each time the man's dined at the Bismarck, I've personally done the cooking so as to avert disaster. Don't get me wrong, I've got complete trust in all me chefs, but if Bismarck goes under, the guild goes with it. And that ain't a burden I can put on just anyone's shoulders. But this time, someone else is gonna have to fill in for me. And I wants that someone to be you, Ruja. You've proven yourself more than capable, and in high-pressure situations beside, I'm confident you won't let us down. You do well to talk with Dive Dove. Being a native of Ul'dah, might be she knows something of the chef's bane. I mean, Lord Lolorito.
I thought that he said, you've proved yourself incompetent. I'm like, whoa!
Well, I mean, this is Ruja we're talking about here. But hey, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why one of the reasons why I wanted to wait to do the Culinarian quest line until we were a little bit further down the MSQ, because this quest isn't really put into perspective as to how crazy it is until you've met Lord Lolorito. And then it becomes very funny.
Hell yeah.
Dove?
I am aware of the situation, but don't panic. Though the guildmaster is indisposed, all is not yet lost. In case you're unfamiliar with our distinguished guest, he is the head of the East Aldenard trading company. Though you may not have heard the name before, you'll most certainly have heard of the many famous brands it owns, such as Eshtame, Lapidaries, and Sunsilk Tapestries. Lord Lolorito's countless successes have made him the wealthiest man in Ul'dah, a place where wealth and influence are synonymous. It goes without saying that he has a seat on the Syndicate, the cabal that rules the Sultanate. Lest you wonder, Ul'dah is only
Notionally.
Notionally, thank you. Sultanate these days.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Anyway, as is often the way with men of means, Lord Lolorito is a lover of fine cuisine, and as the guildmaster doubtless mentioned, he made a name for himself as a ruthless food critic. The man has a penchant for making life miserable for us chefs, indeed. He never places an order, but demands instead that you impress him, and therein lies our first dilemma, what to serve.
I can't imagine being the type of person to do this, to just
To
like
be, like,
go in
surprise me.
and then like just critique everything, because it's like, and especially to the point where like you drive restaurants out of business, right? Like if they make good food and you're a food critic, you're literally depriving yourself of good food. Even if like it's like little small things here and there. And like maybe they think of it as like, oh, I'm weeding out the weak. It is like, no, man, you're just being an asshole.
You're making less food there.
Yeah.
Lest you think the fates are unduly mischievous, I'm happy to report that the odds are not wholly stacked against us. It just so happens that Lolorito's butler, a fellow by the name of Nono Pesa, is dining at the Bismarck at this very moment. This is a golden chance to learn what manner of dish Lolorito craves. Go to Nono Pesa on the terrace and try to coax the information out of him. Good luck.
Sure. Wait, hang on. Let me go out this way this time. Perfect.
Okay. Gotta keep them on their toes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. I think I may have misheard. Did you say that you would be preparing Lord Lolorito's meal? Well, this is rather unexpected, but if Master Lingsath saw fit to entrust the task to you, then you must be not without skill. Hey, where'd your pipe go, man? You were holding a pipe just a second ago. What happened to
Up his
it?
ass. He thought you were the cops for a second.
Well, I don't judge. You wish to know what my master desires to eat? Ha ha ha! Finally it occurs to someone to ask me that question. It is my duty to see that my lord never wants for comfort, and naught pleases me more than to see Lord Lolorito in high spirits. As such, I should be glad to share with you all what I know. Shortly prior to arriving in Limsa, my master spoke of being seized by a craving for a hearty meal of meat. Though he did not mention a specific dish, I happen to know that smoked raptor is a particular favorite of his. Needless to say, a man of such refined taste as he would expect no less than the finest sample of the dish. I hope this information serves you well. Lord Lolorito is due to conclude his business negotiations presently, and will desire to take his meal thereafter. Once the smoked raptor is ready, pray bring it to me. I will definitely not eat it, and will in fact deliver it to my master. I got the pipe back out. Oh. Remember, Lord Lolorito will accept nothing less than the best. Your smoked raptor must be the finest example of the dish, prepared with the utmost skill.
This raptor is dead. It can't smoke.
Yeah, it's not healthy either.
Yeah, stop. You're being a bad influence on the raptor.
Fucker. A traditional Hellsguard staple consisting of a raptor leg smoked with aromatic wood chips. Oh, let me stick the pipe right back up there real quick. There we go. Ah, the smoked raptor is ready. Good. Now, I trust you won't object to an inspection, lest you worry about your handiwork being defaced. My years serving Lord Lolorito have taught me how to taste with sight and smell alone. He doesn't feed me, you see. Or pay me, actually.
Oh. This is the only way I can get food, actually.
Please get me a steppy stool. By the gods, this raptor is sublime! Are those limes?
What the fuck? I was looking at the fucking veggie garnishes around the donut, or the raptor, and I'm just like, either those are giant peas, or those are tiny Brussels sprouts.
It's a whole ass dodo there? Yeah, we over-prepared. The marriage of cracked pepper and sun lemon begets an irresistible fragrance that perfectly complements the aroma of the meat. The flavor is rounded out with the mellow fruitiness of olive oil, which also lends to the shank a lustrous sheen that tantalizes the eye. I have presided over Lord Lolorito's dining table for many years, eating all the poison that was meant for him. And I can say without reservation that this is the most delectable smoked raptor I have ever had the pleasure of not eating. It is of little wonder that Master Lingsath deemed you fit to cook in his stead. I doubt that even he could have delivered a better rendition of my master's favorite dish. You, madam, are quite a culinarian. Ah, but I sense you are more relieved than flattered. Hardly surprising, I suppose. Much and more is said of my lord's uncompromising approach to cuisine. Well, I will not refute your rumors. You may rest assured that the Bismarck has no cause to worry. Now then, if you will excuse me, I must see my lord's meal delivered to him. You may look forward to hearing his judgment anon, and entirely without trepidation, if my senses do not fail me. Pray send Master Lingsath my compliments. I sure hope I can pick this up. I'm very short.
I'm very small.
I'm just a little guy.
You did it, Rusha. You impressed the pants off Lolorito's butler. Nona Pesa knows his master's taste better than his own, and his approval is all the assurance I need. The guild's safe, and it's all thanks to you. You never cease to amaze me, Rusha. You came to us with nary any knowledge of cooking, and now you're like a second left hand. Now you're...
No, I read that right.
Well, that didn't come out right. What I meant to say was you're as useful to me as the hand I hold my skillet with. Something no culinarian can do without. You gotta be one of the finest chefs in the realm, and I would see you fulfill your potential. Promise me you'll keep at your cooking.
And that's it. That's the end of the quest line. See, there's no quest above his head. Psych!
Whoa!
Of cocks and books. Lingsath wants you to learn about the other aspects of the restaurant business. Oh, okay, so now we're just playing Papa's Freezeria, or whatever.
Right good on you to drop in again, Rusha. You'd be surprised how many guildmates stop coming all together thinking they know all what needs knowing. But as any scholarly would tell you, the learning never stops, and I speak from experience. There's some that say I'm the best in the realm, but there ain't a day that what passes that I don't discover something new. For example, did you know that if you put Mentos into Coca-Cola, it explodes? Super cool. Now, you and me, we're chefs first and foremost, but there's more to the restaurant business than just cooking. That's why I want you to speak with Letitia, our bookkeeper. Afore coming to us, she was herself a scholarly doing customs at Melvin's Gate. You stand to learn much and more by seeing things from her perspective.
Papa's Bismarckeria. Yeah, that's the one. Letitia, hello, ma'am.
Oh, Maruja, the chef who prepared Lord Lolorito's meal in the Guildmaster's stead. Thanks to your heroics, the Bismarck's reputation came through unscathed. We all owe you for that. So, what brings you to my counter?
I actually don't know.
Master Linsa would have you learn about the restaurant business at large, you say? Why, of course. It would be my pleasure to share with you such knowledge as I possess. But before we begin, I could do with a bite to eat. It has been a long and busy day shift, or long and busy shift, and I haven't had the chance to sit down to a proper meal.
Yeah, you guys don't even have any chairs back there. Kind of fucked
We
up.
really don't. By way of board, might I trouble you to prepare some ratatouille for me? And call me spoiled, but please make it the most exquisite serving you can manage. My thanks in advance.
We really needed a reason to actually...
choosers here, man.
We really needed to have a reason to actually have you cook something for this quest line. So here we are. One sec, I need to grab something.
Go for it. Hello, chat. It is I. Please. Welcome to Culinarian.
There we go. I needed to grab a nutty bar, or a nutty buddy out of my fridge.
I'm just gonna grab a nut out of my buddy.
Yeah. What of it?
Don't judge. I don't mean to rush you, but the ratatouille takes much longer. I feel like I'm about to... Oh, I thought she was trying to say, I don't think you did it fast, or you did it too fast, and I don't think it's good. Okay.
Either that or I'm like gonna pass out from exhaustion.
But if the ratatouille takes much longer, I fear that I'm about to pass out from exhaustion.
Ratatouille, a nutritious soup made from a variety of vegetables sautéed in lavender oil.
Soup. Ah, such an enticing aroma. I'll enjoy this right away. Now is the slurp. Oh, no, now we're up here, dancing some more.
There's no chairs up here either.
Yeah, okay, this has to be, like, against, like, labor laws, right? That there's no chairs for people?
No, they don't care. They want you to stand all the time.
Oh my god. I can't remember the last time I had such tasty ratatouille. That was truly wonderful, and my hunger sated. And with my hunger sated, we can now delve into the kind of work I do here. I make new chefs cook me food every time they have to ask me a favor. It works out great. In fact, you've just witnessed one of my more important duties, keeping track of our members' progress. I found that sampling each person's rendition of Ratatouille gives a marvelous insight into their growth. Owing to its simplicity, the vegetable sauté lends itself well to variation, allowing the chef to pour himself, Rija is a woman, into its creation. Indeed, your own bespeaks your ability to create a quality
I have assigned
dish
you the
under
pronouns of
strict
he, him.
No! Your ability to create a quality dish under strict time constraints. Do not underestimate that skill. You'll find a great deal of restaurant success lies in performing tasks expeditiously. As an example, some other services I provide are procuring ingredients, ensuring our equipment functions, and perhaps most importantly, listening to our customers. If any of these tasks were ignored for an extended period, it's fair to say the Bismarck would fall into chaos, and our name would lose its considerable luster. Well, I trust you now have something of an insight into my responsibilities. I only wish that all our members shared your curiosity about what goes into running this place. Also, you're a fucking liar. You aren't the one that we can buy the materials from, unless if you are saying you will go out and gather and this other person
I think
just
she
tells
just
them.
gets them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending a message to a friend who I know is probably watching GDQ right now, but it's fine. I probably should have
they
checked
not
chat
be
to make
watching
sure.
the funny man official fun guy?
Well, because I don't have a GDQ run right now.
Oh, I understand.
Diplomacy of the skillet. Lingsath wants you to assist Letitia with a matter of great import. Oi, Ruja, you're just the lass I was looking for. Which is to say, you be the lass what Letitia was looking for. She's in need of some practiced hands, and you're the only ones she'll trust. Well, besides mine, of course, but I got my own matters to attend to. Take fair warning, though, Ruja, the better you get, the more others are turned to you. 'Tis a fine feeling being relied upon, but it can be a right pain in the arse, too. I ain't wrote enough of me prattle. Run along and see and find out what Letitia wants. What do you
Wow, it
want?
like you were just here or something.
If
And she
only.
could have just asked you while you were here.
No, it's too hard.
My thanks for agreeing to help, Ruja. Now, I will tell you in detail. I'll tell you the details of your task, but I must ask you keep it the utmost confident. The Admiral is scheduled to host an afternoon tea for visiting dignitaries, and the Bismarck has been called upon to provide the repast and refreshments. I have been charged with conceiving the menu, and require help making a few sample dishes. I would be grateful if you could prepare a bloodcurrant tart, a serving of pastry fish, and a cup of chamomile tea, all of the finest quality.
Sorry, could you say that T one more time?
What did I say?
You said it correctly, but I want to hear it again.
Chamomile?
Thank you.
What?
I never fucking know how to pronounce that one. I've had it explained to me so many times, but I can't do it. I don't know why.
It's like
That word is my
chamomile.
nemesis. Yeah, I don't like why. I don't understand why I can't get that through my thick fucking skull, but I can't.
I got worried that I actually did mispronounce it. And I was like,
No. Sorry, I should have. I should
you're
have
fine.
clarified. No, you did it right, but like, I won't.
no, chamomile.
I'm gonna specifically pronounce it wrong going forward.
No! You can't! It's the other way to learn!
So, speaking of that, so funny story. My buddy Hunter, aka my name TK, of other famous SMT streaming fame. When we were younger, we met via like a summer program type thing, and I remember that I can't remember what exactly the context was, but I pronounced the word Aegis like Aegis because that was how I thought it was pronounced, because that's how it's spelled. And he informed me that no, it's not pronounced Aegis, it's pronounced Aegis. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Aegis sounds worse. Aegis sounds cooler, so I'm going to continue to pronounce it like that on purpose.
Oh no.
And it eventually went from I'm pronouncing it like this because it sounds cooler to I'm pronouncing it like this because it annoys Hunter. So, yeah. I always think of that fondly.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I don't think you've read this one yet, so.
I haven't. As women of the sea, the Admiral drinks liquor like most folk drink water. But the same cannot be said of her guests, hence this afternoon tea as opposed to, say, a dinner banquet. Alas, we know little and less of their taste besides that, so I'm forced to consider a wide variety of options. It has proven to be quite a task, but with your help, I'm confident that we can serve up a menu to please. I'd like to point out, real quick, that anytime that they're like, hey, can you make us this food? That this has been sitting in your fucking pocket, and if it hasn't been sitting in your pocket, it's been sitting in my retainers for longer. Like...
We got a bag of colding. Not a bag of holding, a bag of colding. It's like a bag of holding, but it's
cold.
But it's cold.
It's like those hot cold bags, but every single item we put in there goes into a different pocket, so it can all keep its own temperature. How many items are requested coming along? Lest you forget, it's a blood currant tart, a serving of pastry fish, and a cup of chamomile tea. That I need. All of the finest quality. Just one of each?
Yep.
You said it was gonna be like a bunch of people.
I don't eat very much. So, I gotta throw out a little bit of shade towards the culinarian quests. You may have noticed that the number of items in my inventory have not actually dropped, because for these quests, they only ever ask that you make one of each of these things. However, by default, you automatically make at least 3 of each of these things, which means you're left with a ton of leftover shit.
I think
it makes me so mad.
I think the encouragement is supposed to be that you're supposed to sell it on the market board, but like, that's so much work.
But in that case, it's like the encouragement is like sell it on the market board so other people don't have to cook it.
Yeah,
so other people don't have to do the
literally a
quests.
part where literally the guildmaster had like said to you, or buy it off the market board in the Hawker's Alley.
Yeah, but he was talking about materials.
That's expressly the point.
He was talking about materials, though.
Oh.
Anyway. Blood currant tart, a sweet and sour pastry made with a generous portion of blood currants. Pastry fish, an apple-filled pastry shaped to resemble the legendary sunfish.
You can do it.
Calliope tea.
No!
A delicately fragranced infusion.
No! Say it right!
From tiny, yellow, champion flowers. I did it.
Ah, such a tantalizing melody of aromas. I cannot wait to sample each one.
You're not allowed to.
The chamomile tea.
This is for other people. You are not.
Don't fish.
Look at that fish.
God. Oh my god.
Yep.
You never do that. Oh my god. So sad.
Also, speaking of taking a picture of things, before you continue, in order to set up that opening, like, title or, like, stream opening thing, me and Bees had to do a whole lot of work, way more work than we really should have had to do, including Bees buying an emote for me off of the market board.
It cost like $100K. Let's go.
I'm so sorry, by the way.
It's fine.
But I have a screenshot of the description for that book, and it's Ballroom Etiquette's Scholarly Certitude, an illustrated manual of how to consult reference materials with an air of gravitas sufficient to impress upon high society the significance of anything you say. Anyway, now you can read that.
Wait, is that what the /confirm one is about?
That's what the item description for the book for the confirm is, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You've outdone yourself again, Ruja. As soon as our guests seat themselves at the table, their noses will be enticed by the rich, relaxing fragrance of chamomile.
Oh, now I understand why you reacted to that word very strongly. It's your trigger word, I see.
Yeah. Having taken a warming sip of the tea, their attention will turn next to the tart and pastry. For an instant, they are at a loss, as both dishes are prepared with such loving detail. Is this mere food to consume or art to admire? I feel a twinge of sadness as they must efface such beauty, but that sensation is short-lived. For no sooner do their teeth break the flaky crust than they experience the variety, veritable? Yeah, symphony of tastes and textures. Making pastries and sweets demands not only a delicate hand, but artistic sense besides, and you, Ruja, are possessed of both. I can recommend you to the Admiral without reserve. I owe you an apology, and an explanation. I wasn't being wholly forthright with you. While I am indeed tasked with conceiving the menu for the Admiral's functions, it's also my job to select the guild member who will serve as her chef. What?
What?
I finished.
Oh, sorry.
You
Sorry, I was
laughing
looking.
and I'm like, what do I do?
I was looking at the meme that I just sent and reading group text.
I'm like, RPG, I don't have the
Sorry.
script!
I'm not paying attention.
Dude, what the fuck is... No! 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 It's too accurate. It's like me, that one episode of fishing that we were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I'm thrilled to inform you that the honor shall fall to you, the woman who passed my test with flying colors. There's no doubt in my mind that you will represent the Bismarck admirably. Keep up the fine work, and be close at hand for when the Admiral has need of you.
Okay, I did it.
Huzzah!
I can now precisely touch things.
Ooh.
A taste of home. Linksath has received word that a foreign dignitary has arrived in Limsa. Excuse me. I'm told you passed Letitia's test with flying colors. You have to step away. Alright, have fun in Otaku. Remember to use the lurk emote, or the lurk command, because that still exists. I still have commands that you can use for fun, such as exclamation point ghost trick. And now you're to cook for the Admiral's official functions. Well, the time's come for you to begin flexing them culinary muscles for the good of Leminson diplomacy. Why did I pronounce it like that? Aye, word arrived from the bridges just now. Foreign dignitaries come to Limsa, and the Admiral wants us, by which I mean you, to fashion the meal together. Letitia's got all the details, so you want to speak with her. Go and do us proud, Ruja.
Letitia!
Hello!
Us again! I've been waiting for you, Ruja. As I'm sure Sath informed you, we are playing host to a man of some importance, an emissary from the Holy See of Ishgard. Why is it spelled that way?
Which one? The Holy See?
See.
Great question. Let's find out. You keep reading, I'll look it up.
Okay. Your task is to prepare a dish that will satisfy him.
I'm paying attention, I promise.
Okay. When the Admiral receives foreign visitors, she ordinarily requests that we serve them the best of Leminson cuisine. This time, however, she wishes to treat her guests to the taste of home away from home, a gesture of goodwill.
I looked it up. Holy See, the government of the Roman Catholic Church, which is led by the Pope as the Bishop of Rome. The word see comes from the Latin sedes, which means seat, which refers to the episcopal chair occupied by a bishop in the area over which he has responsibility. So it's like...
So it's the holy chair.
Yeah, it's the seat of holy power, essentially.
Okay, well, maybe that's lame.
Anyway.
The Admiral... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you read that one already. I think.
Yeah. To this end, you are to prepare a serving of Zemel Brati. 'Tis a baked dish of eft tail and potatoes, creamy and warming. That is a mainstay in the cold climes of Ishgard. Suffice it to say that only the finest sample of the dish, made with only the finest ingredients, will do on this occasion.
That's right, you have to go out and gather high-quality items. Oh, wait.
No, it was yet a craft.
Yeah, I know, but that's the joke, is that they don't exist anymore.
Is it in Zemel gratin ready yet? Remember, only the finest sample of the dish will do on this occasion.
Here you go. Passed down through generations by the Dismel family, this dish consists of thinly sliced popatos and F-tails baked into a creamy white sauce.
Creamy. Ah, yes. It certainly looks and smells the part. Let's see if the same can be said of the taste. It's the same bread and salad as before. Oh my, simply exquisite. The crust is baked to a golden perfection, and breaking it yields the creamy goodness beneath. F-tail tends to be lean and sinewy, but grinding it solves the problem. The Ishgardians have prepared the meal in this fashion since eras past, and I am pleased to see that you have done likewise. As for the potato slices, they are boiled enough to be cooked through, yet not so much to render them bereft of texture. And Simmery, your zemel. I always want to say desmel.
I always just say dismal because that's how I feel about Ishgard.
Yeah. Your desmel gratin leaves not to be desired. Lest you wonder that the dish takes its name from one of Ishgard's oldest and proudest families.
I know, we've met them. No, I mean, not really. We've been in their old house. It was filled with demons.
House Zemel has long stood at the forefront of castle building. Legend has it the family created this dish in order to fill the bellies and warm the hearts of their workers, and I am confident that your rendition will do the same for our esteemed guest. Today, your culinary creation shall serve not only to sate hunger, but also to close the distance between nations. You can hold your head up high, Ruja. Keep up your efforts, and soon you'll become become the equal of Master Lingsath himself.
Cool.
I'm just making up words now.
Hell yeah. Love making up words. Alright. Uno mas.
So I just realized that fucking Blue handed me 69 of a material that I only needed like maybe 5 of or something like that.
Nice. Revenge of the Chef's Bane. Lingsath needs you to prepare a banquet fit for a sultana.
Ooh.
Thank the gods you're here, Ruja. The Admiral's due to receive the Sultana of Ul'dah. I don't know if you've met her. And the Bismarck's been called on to handle the welcoming feast, but that ain't the half of it. The Sultana specifically requested that your cooking be served. It seems that word of your talent reached her Grace's ears, and naught would do, but she must sample your culinary creations. Now that's all well and good, but there's a bleeding lot at stake here. Pleasing the Sultana would win you more acclaim than aught else you could do, but if you were to bugger it up, well, I'd rather not dwell on it. Like, imagine if you, poisoned her. That would be fucked up. Right now, all we know is that she's keen to dine on summit tasty. But if you want to guarantee your royal client satisfaction, you'll need to learn what she's hankering for. As always, you can count on the help of your guildmates. For starters, you'd do as well to consult Divan Dove. Woman's from Ul'dah, as you know, and might be as she can offer some insights into the Sultana's preferences. Off you go. Off you go now, and good luck. Dove! Help!
In Ul'dah, commoners like myself seldom get the chance to see the Sultana in the flesh. It is a great honor, being called upon to prepare her Grace's meal, but I warn you to proceed with caution. I'm sure you will recall Lord Lolorito. Your erstwhile?
Erstwhile, yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't remember the exact definition, but I'll look it up as you keep reading.
Thank you. Erstwhile patron. Well, troubling rumors circulating to the effect that he arranged this royal visit. As a member of the syndicate, it's entirely within his powers to do so.
Erstwhile means former. So, he's your former patron.
God. And
I love learning.
Yeah.
We need Emily here.
If we do, yeah.
Emily, get out of your Monster of the Week campaign. I need your help.
We're the monster now.
Yeah.
And if the whispers can be believed, Lord Larito's sole purpose for bringing the Sultana to Limsa is to humiliate you, Ruja, and by extension, the Bismarck. Whatever his reasons, it would seem he's still intent on proving our creations wanting. So as to preserve our good name, it would be to your benefit to do as the Guildmaster suggested, and learn all that you can of the Sultana's taste. For this, I recommend you consult Letitia. Knowing her, she's already begun looking into the matter.
Great, so the advice that she gave is talk to someone else. Do you want to take Letitia again? Do you want me to do it? Like, switch off?
I'll do Letitia.
Okay.
I've been expecting you, Ruja. I may be more bookkeeper than chef, but I'm no less a member of the Bismarck. As such, I mean to do all in my power to see that you succeed in pleasing the Sultana. Lord Larito has gone to great lengths to prevent us from discovering the Sultana's preferences, but discover them we shall. Wah!
Oh god. I can do that? What the fuck?
Oh my god. No!
Okay.
Stop! I needed to
Fine.
read that!
This right there is
At any
fine.
given time, there was a great many Uldons visiting Limsa, be it for business or leisure, as is to begin learning all you can from them. You might also wish to speak with Rube Epican, a former colleague of mine at Melvin's Gate. That's actually, I think, how it's supposed to be pronounced. That's really funny.
Yes, that is correct.
As a customs officer, she is an overview of exports to Ulda. I realize this may be a stretch, but we cannot have too many hints.
Speak with an Uldon observer. Oh, wow, we're just talking to just everybody. Guys, what does the Sultana like to eat? Guys, please, anybody. You know about the Sultana. Her grace is possessed of a good heart, that much is plain. But if you ask my honest opinion, she's rather young to be ruling. Oh, her preference is the table. In that case, I know for a fact that she's partial to crowned pie. I went to a patisserie to buy one, only to be informed that her grace had bought out the entire shop. Wow.
What a bitch.
She's still pretty young, so, you know, you give a kid like $1 million and they like a very specific pastry, then doesn't
Yeah.
just buy out the whole
be
fucking
like,
thing. Whatever, yeah. Just give me all of your Mike and Ikes.
Why, yes, I do happen to come from Ulda. Is there something you require?
Are you racially profiling me?
Ah. You wish to know what the Sultana likes to eat? I'm scarce qualified to judge such things, but you recall one time I went to the markets. There was a vendor carrying this stock of meats, and the fellow is to be believed. The beef was bound by the royal kitchens, or bound for the royal kitchens, to be used to make beef stew for her grace. I hope that helps.
Sure.
It does, little guy.
Huh? What is
No,
my power level? My power level is
53.
66.
Close.
Where'd my map go?
What are you doing? How are you breaking everything today?
I don't know. Anyway, thanks for the sub, Tom.
So those are both in the lower.
Yes.
Okay.
I probably could have just used the stairs, maybe, but that's silly. Why would I do that when I can
You
teleport?
also probably could have walked backwards from that NPC that you were at,
Nah.
and then just gone down.
Nah, it's silly. God, it's so crowded in here. Look at all these AFK people. Get a job. Sorry, that's mean.
They have to start with one. That's how this game works.
What the Sultana likes to eat, you ask? I cannot claim first-hand knowledge, but some moons ago there was an article in the Mithril Eye. Her Grace was once on a royal visit to Gridania, where she reportedly fell in love with a local dish. Something called Trapper's quiche, if memory serves. You can always trust the tabloids. Okay. Look, there's Materia Melder, all grown up.
Uh-huh. Oh no. Now he's white.
And blonde. Your last frozen pizza, the last frozen pizza is in the oven. The galaxy is at peace.
Truly. Ah, you must be from the Bismarck. The teacher sent word that you might be along to learn what the matter of cuisine the Sultana enjoys. While I do not have plain answers for you, I can tell you that the F-Tails suddenly vanished from the Minson market before Her Grace arrived. Some investigative work revealed the tails were snapped up by the East Alden Trading Company, which is chaired by none other than Lord Lolorito. Somehow I doubt that this is simple coincidence. After all, when one thinks of F-Tail, one can't help but think of the eponymous dish F-Steak. I would wager the Lord Lolorito seeks to prevent you from making it. All the more reason to prepare our plate, no?
Damn, he literally is actually just trying to sabotage us.
Mm-hmm.
Dickhead. Alright, anyway, we got all the shit. Hi, Scoosh. Welcome to the stream.
Scoob.
Also, Scoosh, remember, you are probably the only person so far who has not yet told me what you want for your prize from what you've won. I've basically dealt with everybody except you so far. I have a $30 Nintendo gift card taped to my wall that I have for Otaku. I gave Bees theirs. I'm pretty sure I've dealt with everybody else. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I got Nico. Okay, cool. Thank you. Just making sure. Anyway.
It is good to see you returned, Ruja. Judging by your elated expression, I take it your investigation has borne fruit.
Yes.
4 potential fruits, you say? An effed steak, a bowl of beef stew, a serving of trapper's quiche, and a crown pie. Picking which one the Sultana has the greatest tender for is a pleasantry. So, why not prepare all of them? This is to be a grand banquet, is it not? It would certainly not be taken amiss were you to present several dishes.
Come on, I clicked. Go. There we go.
With that settled, it's best you get to work. Needless to say, all the dishes must be prepared to the highest standard. Once they are ready, please deliver them to the banquet venue. Speak to Xanthale at Bulwark Hall, and he will grant you admittance. This is the moment of truth, Ruja. Go and do us proud.
Okay. By the way, quick, gigantic, massive thanks to one Lotto Bees Beezerson, this
Hi.
one, because I loaded in today, and I was like, cool, I've got all the culinarian stuff that I need prepared for all the quests, and then I looked at my list and I was like, oh shit, I don't have any of the things for the last 2 quests.
Really?
And then I was like, Bees, do you happen to have all of these items? And they're like, yeah, we got them.
I'm like, I literally have every single craft for every single culinarian quest, and I have 300 worth of each.
In fact, looking back, I think literally the reason why I did not have them prepared is because when I was going through the effort of making all of these things, you told me specifically not to do it because you just had them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you go.
I'm the hero of the problem I created.
You're the culinarian Rouge Lorelei. You look familiar somehow. Anyway, I'm informed that you will be serving an effed steak, a bowl of beef stew, a serving of Traffer's quiche, and a crowned pie for the Admiral's banquet. My lords and ladies are beside themselves with anticipation. Pray do not keep them waiting over long. Eft steak, a thick slab of gristly eft meat charred to an abyssal black. Beef stew, a sumptuous stew made by slowly cooking buffalo meat in sour red wine for several hours until it falls off the bone. Trapper's quiche, eggs, cheese, and chopped F blended together and baked in a flaky crust, a favorite amongst Ishgardian nobles. And crowned pie, a galette-style pie decorated with a golden crown and served at Ishgardian festivals. You can't eat the crown. Ah, the dishes. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You may enter. Ugh. Oh, by the way, Otaku, do you want me to give you that code now for that card, or should I wait?
Yeah, just read it out loud right now. Was that just a tiny,
Yes.
absolutely tiny bread roll that they just shrunk down for it to fit on a fork?
Yep. Motherfucker's still wearing a mask at dinner.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Hey, you dumb bitch. Take off your mask, stupid. Do you want to read?
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
okay.
I do declare that this is the most magnificent meal. My sole lament is that I cannot eat another bite. That would I the girth of a gubu.
It gladdens me to see your grace so well satisfied.
Forsooth, never
True.
have I known such satisfaction at table.
I feel like you're missing a word there, but sure.
What, me? Or, like, the text?
No,
that I-
the
okay.
text there, like, at table.
Yeah.
You did not exaggerate when you told me that a culinarian of surpassing skill was to be found in Limsa Liminsa.
Lola Reader has sensitive eyes, so that mask is more for his health. Well, it's about to make it. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to make this
Got it.
joke.
Take your time.
Hang on. It's gonna be even more sensitive to his health if he doesn't take it off, because I'm gonna whoop his ass. There we go.
Whoa! Let's go.
We got there.
You are the culinarian, are you not? Thanks to you, I have tasted heaven. My gratitude is yours.
Just your eye in the corner, sister.
How could she have possibly known every one of the Sultana's favorite dishes? Instead of being humiliated, she ends up winning her grace's adulation. Bah!
Oh, look at that teeth grinding animation. Do you see that?
It's scary.
Did you say something, Lord Lolorito?
Nay, your grace, I was merely admiring the cuisine.
As you say. Now then, my dear culinarian, pray tell me your name. I would send to you a gift befitting your service this day.
You know who I am, Your Grace. We've met.
Who are you?
But maybe you don't recognize me. I'm wearing slightly different glasses.
Usually you're dressed in pink, right?
Sure.
If you were given to understand that I requested you, or you were given, You were given to understand that I requested you by name? Forgive me, but there appears to be a misunderstanding. I entrusted the arrangement wholly to Lord Lolorito.
Slow head turn.
I like when no one else at the table is speaking. Like, not the Admiral, no one.
Cool. Well, fuck that guy. Actually, here's what we're gonna do.
Whoa.
Check this shit out.
Whoa. Whoa.
Kablamzo. My neck. It hurts.
Oh.
And we're gonna go this way. Then we're gonna teleport over here. All right.
heard all about it, Ruja. You did good. You did it again, gods bless you. To have the Sultana herself praise your cooking and as a taste of heaven, hells, even I can't boast of such a feat. The Admiral commends me for training such a fine culinarian, but I did no more than teach you what it means to be one. Make no mistake, 'twas you what did all the hard work. Even surpassed me for fame, Ruja. There ain't nothing left I can tell you what you don't already can. I'm prouder than I've got any right to be. Nay, 'tain't no modest accomplishment, lass. And from here, you go on to reach even greater heights in our craft. But wherever you end up, always remember me words. It's passion what makes a culinarian. With that passion close to your art, go on and put smiles on the faces of folk with your cooking. You can be sure I'll keep striving to do the same.
Okay, so F-Zero X Run at SGDQ and Virtua Fighter 5 Grand Finals are Combo Breaker and however, what did I miss? All of the culinarian quests.
Literally all of them, actually.
Let's see what I look like when I'm wearing the chef's hat.
Angry.
Oh well.
I thought you
next.
tried to try on the money.
Yeah. And then eventually we can do the Heavensward ones, which involve, I don't know, some cat boy, probably. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break from Crafter's Quest, and we're going to go unlock the ability to Fairy Glam.
Yes.
It's very important.
Would you like to tell Kent, since he wasn't here, about what happened at the beginning of the stream?
Oh, yeah. So, wait, which part?
What you're about to do that I did.
Oh, right, yeah. So, in order to keep up my thing of, like, alternating which fairy is on the starting screen at the beginning of the stream, I needed to have bees do the quest to unlock fairy glamours, glam their fairy to be Celine, and then put that in the G pose. Because I couldn't do it. Because I haven't done the quest yet. A fairy tale come true. Thubergeme requires your help to put her theories to the proof. Would you mind reading for Thub?
Urja, how fortuitous. Might you spare a moment? I recently received word that you had been researching the scholar's name at the behest of the Marauders Guild, remember? Or, a Marauders Guild member. Is that right?
Yes, in fact, I'm actually done doing it.
I see. And as a result, you can now call upon a fairy to aid you. Fascinating.
Oh, well. Okay. I thought it went further, because it lagged on my end, so I thought it skipped to the following line. It would trouble you to meet me downstairs in the practice area. There's something I very much wish for you to try.
Okay. She's gonna clothesline us.
Let's go.
After we finish this, by the way, what would you like to see next, Bees? Would you like to see armor or blacksmith next?
They feel so hand in hand, though.
It's true, but we can't do them both at the same time because it ruins the story.
Well, we
That's
started
not
with
true.
C, with culinarian, so blacksmith.
Okay.
And then we'll end with A.
C, B,
Yeah,
T.
I did that.
I actually like armor a whole lot, so it's good that we're saving that one for last.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies for the wait. As for what I wish for you to attempt, it is a similar technique to what you've already employed with your Eggy.
I wonder if that line is different if you haven't unlocked Summoner yet.
Oh.
Now, would you be so kind as to call forth your fairy?
Sure. Check out this cool pose that I strike. Just kidding. It's embarrassing to do it on screen.
Oh,
That's you
sorry.
again.
I thought it was the fairy speaking, and I was like,
No,
oh.
she doesn't talk. Not allowed to.
Damn. Silence the lesbians, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
How
shame.
charming. The tales do little to capture its beauty. This fairy is no doubt manifested in the image of which you most closely associate with fairies, but my research suggests this form is not immutable. Indeed, though a fundamental form may have been incorporated into the original incantation, with sufficient concentration, I believe it is possible to supplant this form with the image of another entity. Try conjuring the fairy once more, this time with a carbuncle in your mind's eye. This is interesting, because it helps me see all the things that I missed out when I had to skip through this cutscene to make sure that I got back in time for us to start the stream.
Look at him. Look at him go.
Yellow.
It's fucking raring to go.
Remarkable. And with only a single attempt.
Remarkable. He got that dog in him.
Oh.
I thought she was gonna kick it.
Oh, no!
He was winding up.
See, my theory holds, or shall we see? Fuck. Meaning this transformation should be merely superficial, and has gone not to affect its capacity for healing. Very good. With that, we may conclude this little experiment. Would you follow me upstairs?
Damn it doesn't teleport me upstairs. Game sucks.
I don't know. Unplayable.
Just awful. However am I supposed to do this?
One foot after the other.
Yep. Don't trip.
Thank you again for your help, Ruja. You proved to be quite the spectacle. I should hope you make use of what you've learned here today. I dare say your fairy's appearance may be without limit.
Actually, it does have a limit. There's only a couple different things you can turn it into.
Pet glamour.
One moment, please. Just taking care of something real quick here.
But now OPG has unlocked the ability to actually have the glam things happen.
Yeah.
And now can start stream on his own without worry about having the wrong fairy out.
Yep. Or I can start a stream with a carbuncle out if I wanted to.
Oh no, adding to the rotation.
I mean, I usually do that for when I'm doing like summoner stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have him out. Alright, back to the ass castle.
The ass castle.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Alright, so blacksmith first, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Brithael. Riveting ramblings. God, more fucking Limsa accents. Here we go. Forge Master Brithael has something important to tell you. You know what, lass? It may not be my place to say it, me being your guildmaster and all, but I like you. I really like you. Together there's not, we can't... What? Why are you making that face at me? Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. You're the most promising people I've had in God's no time. I was just waxing sentimental for a moment. You can't honestly tell me you don't get a bit emotional when you've been out of the night before it... forget it. Been working hard, have you? Aye, I can tell.
But this is just the beginning, lass. You see, the art of blacksmithing is deeper than the deepest ocean, and if you plan on getting to the bottom of it, you need to sink? No, that's no good. Alright, how about this? If you mean to set sail for the faraway land of smith and mastery, you mustn't try to make the journey in a dinghy. Ah, the hell's with it. Just make me a dozen bronze rivets, lass. Maybe not the best at metaphor. Oh, them rivets coming along. Anytime now, lass. Bronze rivets, short bronze pins with large heads, used in connecting metal plates. Praise the builder, you've done it again. These rivets are perfect. But don't... Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. But don't take that to mean they're special, because they ain't. You see, rivets have gotta be perfect, and I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you for why. If you're pounding something and your hammer breaks, you can just grab a new one, but it's a whole other story when your rivet fails. Ever seen an airship, lass? Marvelous things they are, but bloody complicated. Now imagine you're a dozen malms above Limsa and your fancy flying boat starts springing rivets. Might be as it's from the engines, might be from the hull, doesn't make no difference. Whichever it is, you're royally buggered. If I was on that airship, lass, taking in the gorgeous view as the confounded contraption tumbled to the earth below, I'd be cursing them rivets with all me heart. Aye, and the half-assed bastard that shat 'em out, too. And you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you? Which is why you must always make quality products withstand the test of time. To help you learn the importance of quality, I want you to try smithing for paying customers. Start by having a word with Tamakri down at the Wench. She should be able to point you in the direction of a few Laminsons as need the services of a talented lass like yourself. Hone your craft, earn some coin. Hells, have a drink while you're at it. The Wench is always serving.
Serving looks. Anyway. The breeziness of blacksmithing. Forge Master Brittle seems upset. Perhaps there is something you can do to help. Hells, not now, lass. Can't you see I'm struggling with a matter of great import? Not really. Being Forge Master ain't all drink and debauchery, especially when Hanaza's breathing down me neck. In case you're curious, or in case you forgot, Hanaza is the Armorer's Guild Guildmaster. We're a business, she says, and it's our job to ensure Naldeacon Vimeli stays profitable or some such bollocks. To which I says, now look here, you greedy shrew, we're making a mint off our commission from the maelstrom, ain't we? Well, maybe I mayn't have said shrew. Any road, the greedy shrew then starts yattering on about expanding into new bleeding markets. Says we should be selling more to the tree folk in Gridania. Says I should be the one to develop a plan of action. Seven hells, lass, I'm a smitty, not a merchant. I never even been to bleeding Gridania. Oh, and it gets worse. See, we need a man with connections, don't we? Someone as can make arrangements with the tree folk. So Hanaza goes and finds one, right clever bastard by the sound of it, and orders me to go and meet him. So I goes and meets him, only to find it's none other than bleedin' Phasar, and I'd sooner bash me own teeth in than talk to that piece of... Wait a minute, I know how to deal with this. You can talk to him. You'll help old Brithale handle this Gridanian nonsense, won't you? Of course you will. Go on, man. Chop chop. Okay. Alright. Hey, man.
Here on Brithale's behalf, you say? I might have guessed. Did my spit sound even, come across? I feel like it didn't.
No, I didn't hear it. That's why I said Patooey.
Thank you. That horse son doesn't realize the trouble he's in. Well, it's his neck. I'll work with you, Smith. And I'll even keep my diction simple. Taking instructions from that drunkard will have dulled your wits. Now listen. Dealing with Gridanians is no different from dealing with anyone else. Everyone has needs. It's a matter of identifying and fulfilling them. Anyone with half a brain, which discounts your mentor, knows that the firstborn do not want for wood or leather goods. You have more luck with selling brine to a fishback. What they do lack is steel. Theirs is an insular, isolated nation that has long sought to survive without relying overmuch on foreign trade. But the calamity changed all that. Half a decade on, and with no end
to the rebuilding in sight, they have been forced to open their gates to adventurers, and where there are adventurers, there's demand for weapons and armor. Quality weapons and armor, mind you. My Gridanian contacts would accept nothing less. I will need some samples to show them. Bring me a bronze spatha and a spiked bronze labris for the purpose.
Okay.
Bring me a bronze spatha and a spiked long bronze labris. Until I have them in my hands, we've nothing more to discuss.
Here you go. A sword and Labris from Persona.
These require closer inspection inside, Smith. Those were 2 sentences, but I put it as one.
It's fine.
You made these weapons? I must confess, the quality is quite good. I thought you no more than Brethael's errand girl, but it seems I was wrong. Only a true smith could have made these pieces. As I rather expect you are aware, a poorly wrought weapon can cost a man his life, be it brittle, prone to blunting, or unevenly weighed. Every flaw will serve to hinder its owner on the battlefield. Not so this spatha, well-tempered and perfectly balanced. This is a weapon fit for a warrior, else, with a blade like this, even I could probably best a beast or two. And this labris is a work of art as well. Simple, solid, and more than capable of cleaving a fish back in two. If even a relative newcomer to the guild can produce work of this quality, then my contacts will have naught to worry about. These samples should convince them of that. It seems you've saved your mentor's job.
Hooray!
You just leave the rest to me, Smith. There's nothing easier than selling an excellent product.
Also, my name isn't Smith. It's Ruja.
Oh, sorry,
Just
I got
thought
the
I
wrong
should let you
card.
know.
Oh, we're outside. I love being at the guild of a certain class type, and I'm crafting for a different class in it. My favorite.
Just daring them to go, what are you going to do about it, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing, bitch. By the sweat of your brow. Forge Master Brethael has important news he would like to share with you. Also, I'm remembering the joke that I did when I first did all the blacksmith quests. I need to figure out a way to work that in there somehow, but I don't know how.
You got it.
It's about peens. Cross peen. By the sweat of your brow, Forge Master Brethael has important news he would like to share with you. Just the lass I was hoping to see. You're a bleeding godsend, you know that? You'll be happy to know that the tree folk were mightily impressed by them samples you made for that son of a whore. Ah, even the shrew had to admit I'd done a good job. But who gives a damn about business? Eh, you're here to smith, am I right? So be a good lass and whip me up an iron peen, will ya? Oh, and before you run off, I should probably mention that Smademere ain't selling iron at the present. Grand Company contracts take priority, see, and the shipwrights need all the stock we can lay our hands on. So you'll have to get the iron on your own, be it by mining or buying. I'd sooner go to Hawker's Alley myself, but then it ain't my coin. Oh, and one more thing. I don't want just any iron crosspeen hammer, lass. I want one melded with materia. You know what materia is, don't you? It's like, say I got an apron I've been using for years and years, and it got all soaked through with sweat, but instead of just sweat, it'd taken up a bit of me spiritual essence or something. Well, that essence can be pulled out and turned into stuff called materia, which is sort of like a crystal you can attach to your gear to make it stronger and so on. Needless to say, I don't know how it works, but there's supposed to be a gobby who does. Name's Mutamix, if memory serves, and he's got a camp out in Fanaland. Track him down if you need the proper guidance. Here's your peen with a rock in it, buddy. Got that hammer for me. Don't forget that she needs a piece of materia stuck to her as well. Any kind will do, by the way. Don't have to be from an apron. Here you go. Ah, an encrusted peen, finally.
Woo!
Damn fine work as always, lass. She's got, this peen's got some good heft, this one. The kind you don't just get with bronze. You'd tire quicker, of course, but that's a failing on the arm, not the tool. Also, I completely glossed over it, but I really love the explanation for why they don't sell iron at the shop. It's like, yeah, because all the iron's going to the Grand Company. You have to get it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's neat. And even after you work up a sweat, I'd reckon her cotton-wrapped grip would keep you firmly in her hand where she belongs. Ah, nothing like a firm grip on your peen.
Let's go. Peen grippers unite.
It's common for smithies to make their own tools, you know. There's no better way of getting just what you want, assuming you're half decent. I, for one, have always made me own. Bugger me, though. I'm starting to wish I'd ask you for 2 of these so I could keep one for myself. You really should let me buy you a drink sometime, lass. We can discuss peens together. You did a lot for me, and I don't want you to think
peens.
me. Yeah. compare the sizes, hefts, and girth. And I don't want you to think me ungrateful. In fact, I'm wondering if we ought to put your skills on display more prominently. Really show our potential customers what the guild has to offer. Whip out that peen and show it to everybody you know. Okay. No need to fret about that for the time being, though. You just keep hammering away, all right? Keep beating your peen.
Guy.
Yeah. Take it from me, lass. You'll do your best work when your only concerns are the hammer in your hand and the vision in your head. Bayergot's blessing be upon you. Just focus only on the peen.
Look at the big-ass hammer in the back of that shot. Look.
That one? Oh, yeah.
Against the wall.
Now that's a Rogadin peen.
Whoa. You don't say.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
Truest, I mean, I've never seen one. But those ladies down at the bridge who are asking of the sea wolf about his golden rod or whatever, they would know, probably. True as steel, Forge Master Brithel has a special task for you. Come a long way since you first joined up, lass. Some smithies might be content to eke out a living selling cheap tools and weapons, but not you. You won't be satisfied till you're the best, am I right? Ah, that's the stuff. Always seeking to better yourself, ain't you? I respect that. If you've no motivation, it's only a matter of time before your work starts to suffer. Your customers start looking elsewhere, folks start whispering your best days are behind you, your wife runs off with a goddamn merchant, and the next thing you know, you're just another poor sod drowning his sorrows at the wench. But that won't happen to you, will it?
Is he just, like, trauma dumping on you right now?
I think he just might be. You produced quality work back when we had to deal with them tree folk, and now I need you to do the same again. We're after another big contract, see? There's a bloke in town who's looking to buy a boatload of steel, but he won't place an order till he's sure we can deliver the first-rate stuff. So we need to send him a sample of our finest work. Now, it takes a lot of skill to forge a bar of high-quality steel, but you've got all the ingredients. You're halfway there. Saying that can still be a right pain in the arse. But I know you're up to the task, lass. When you've made the thing, give it to that whoreson merchant from before. Phasar, eh? Phasar, eh? So we can deliver to the client. And I have that steel ingot. Hey, bud.
Phasar! Me again. Assuming you're here to deliver the steel, know this. If it's not first rate, I won't present it to the client.
It is first rate. See the little sparkles on the icon? That's how you know it's good shit.
Very well. Inside, Smith. That's not my name. Quite how you learned to smelt such excellent steel, I don't know. But I do know that it had naught to do with your wretched mentor's teaching. Harder than mere iron, yet not so rigid as to be unworkable. It cannot be easily determined the exact quantity of bomb ash required to achieve such a balance.
Nah, the game just kind of did it for me, actually. It was pretty easy.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how did you acquire the ash? Don't tell me you went and slew the void-sent fiends yourself.
Yeah. I'm pretty based. Actually, you know what? No, I actually mind this stuff, I think.
Yeah. The Rockets are hardly a reliable source, I know, but risking death in a fire explosion is beyond reckless. Still, if that's what it took, I admire your dedication. I suspect your Forge Master will soon be receiving some good news. I only hope that he remembers to toast your name when he adjourns to the wench to celebrate.
Alright. Another one. Further. More. Hi. As iron sharpens iron, Forge Master Brithel is eyeing you with an ominous grin on his face. It may be wise to inquire as to why. Been waiting for you to come see me, lass. Seems you've got yourself an admirer, and I ain't talking about me neither. I'm talking about someone else. It was only a matter of time before folks started asking questions about who was responsible for the guild's recent change in fortunes. You heard of Costa del Sol out in Bloodshore? Because that's where your new admirer lives. In case you don't know the place, it's the favorite resort of Uldah's rich and famous. Aye, that's right, I'm talking about one of them. Asked for you by name, they did. Said they wished to commission the Great Rouge Lorelei and no other. Ha ha! This could be your chance, lass. It ain't every day you get invited to curry favor with such a wealthy, bleeding client. At first I thought it was just Bayergot who was watching over you, but I'm beginning to think that two-faced debugger Nobthal might have taken an interest at all.
Oh.
Anyway, you'll do it, won't you? Ah, of course you bloody will. You'd be a goddamn fool to refuse. You'll need to trouble that bastard Phasar for the details. Oh, and though it sticks in me throat to say it, I reckon you should probably thank the Chocobo's arse while you're at it. He's the one that made this happen. I don't like going to Costa del Sol. I don't like the way Gigaruju looks at me.
Well met, Smith. I gather you've
Well
heard about
met.
the commission. Well met. I trust you understand what an honor this is. As well as what's at stake. The client in question is a distinguished personage with tremendously high expectations. Should you fail to live up to them, it will reflect poorly on both you and the guild. As for myself, the last thing I need is a well-connected Uldan telling his associates not to buy our products. Products I need hardly add, which I should be much like to sell them. In short, don't fail. Now then, I believe I saw Miss Kuswibs arrive a moment ago. She's our client's representative. Go inside and introduce yourself to her. She will explain the commission.
Okay.
He kept talking and talking, and I kept, like, having a pretzel that I was putting in my mouth, and then I had to take it out of my mouth because I didn't get to eat it because he was talking, and I have to keep talking.
Now here's the thing. This particular outfit looks good on every character, but it looks especially good on Rogadin.
Oh.
I will say. Ma'am, I've heard a great deal about you, Rouge Lorelei. As you may have heard, my master was captivated by the tales of your exceptional craftsmanship and thought you the ideal candidate to undertake a commission of a particular import to him. By way of an introduction, my master's estate boasts the most spectacular gardens in all of Costa del Sol. Its many botanical marvels owe much to the efforts of our chief groundsman, who has nurtured them since he was a lad. The dear old fellow has been with the family for generations now, and my master feels it is past time that his years of faithful service be recognized. And what better way to honor the tireless efforts of one loyal servant than to present him with an exquisitely wrought example of the tool of his beloved trade? In short, Miss Lorelei, my master would like to commission a plumed iron hatchet of the first order. Know that anything less than perfection will be deemed unacceptable. We trust you will not disappoint us. Alright, ma'am, I did it. I used my girthy peen to forge your hatchet.
Oh
Do you have the
no. I
hatchet?
don't want this anymore.
I'm interested to hear about your girthy peen.
No!
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. It's getting a little too uncomfortable, even for me. Unless Brithel brings it up again. My, though I count myself no expert in such matters, even I am sensible to this hatchet's quality. It is magnificent. Master Phasar's words do not do you justice. You are a veritable prodigy, madam. Your hatchet is more of a work of art than a tool. When I run my fingers along its smooth leather grip and gaze upon its flawless sparkling blade, I find that I am moved. It seems a great shame to allow such a masterpiece be used for mere gardening. But tools are made for a purpose. Mayhap as the blade dulls and the grip wears, it will gain a different sort of beauty. Ah, but I am beginning to sound like our chief groundsman. Such a gentle soul. I am sure that he will see the artistry in your creation. Why, it may even serve to inspire him in his own craft. You should be proud. On behalf of my lord, I thank you, Rouge Lorelei. Pray give my regards to Master Phasar. Phasar sounds like the name of a fucking, like, Star Fox weapon.
angry.
I have a problem with the G Phasar.
You certainly rose to the occasion. Nicely done, Smith.
Once again, it's not my name.
And it seems like Miss Kuswib has marked you out as a crafter of outstanding skill. If her master agrees with her assessment, this may well be the first of many such commissions. You have every right to be proud. I suppose your mentor will want to know what's transpired. I swear, your talents are truly wasted serving that fool. You may tell him I said so, if you wish. Dear God, you're a damn good smith, Ruja. You could do better.
Why are you so mean to him?
Ex-lovers. Lovers to enemies.
Speedrun. Ah, there you are, lass. Well, tell us how it went. Huh? He said that, did he? Why did we tell him that? He said if we wanted to, we could tell him that anyway. Cheeky sod, talking like he knows what it means to be a smitty. There ain't no one that knows better than me, and I've only ever wanted what's best for you. I still remember the day when you first walked in here, you know. 'Twas clear to me even then that you got a will of iron. Something in your eyes there was, something that told me you'd give your all to the craft. Not for coin or for fame, but for the sake of making something good. And that's just what we need round here. So don't let us down, Ruja. Stick with us and we'll do right by you. Oh, speaking of which, set Phasar to stun.
Ah, let's go!
We did it. Forge Master Berthel has had to take on more smitting than he can anvil.
The self-fulfilling prophecy, let's go!
Woo! Ugh, something evil's brewing in my belly, I tell ya. Can't seem to keep anything down. Too many at the wench, I reckon. Couldn't have come at a worse time either with Phasar breathing down my neck. And now when it comes to the market, you've never met a tighter miser than old Phasar, but at the Colosseum the man throws gold like fighters like water at a fire. And they know it too, so they ask their patron for a new blade, and once they get their blade, now it's a bigger, sharper, shinier blade. Before you know it, I'm wasting me waking bells forging weapons for folk what ain't got arms enough to wield them all. Don't get me wrong, I'll gladly take the Whoresun's coin, but I ain't up to it this time on account of me condition. Which is why I need you to make whatever needs making in me stead. Have a word with Phasar and see what he wants. I'm gonna go throw up in a corner. I don't have a soundboard button for somebody throwing up, but imagine there just was one here.
So, Berthel, you would find me yet again. I'm flattered you hold me in such esteem. As you may have heard, I have an eye for able warriors, so yet without proper arms and armaments, ability is for naught. Forge me one steel bouge,
Bouge, I think is...
bouge of equal parts splendor and might, and you and Berthel shall show the bounty of my generosity. I shall know! God damn it. But fail me, Ruja, and I may be forced to reconsider my arrangement with Naldik and
Vermelis. Okay, I did it.
One steel bouge. Ruja. Make the greatest weapon you've ever made, then throw it away and make me a better one.
Oh, he got our name right. He didn't call us Smith anymore.
He did it! He likes us now.
Yay!
You've come with my gift? Excellent. Let us have a look, shall we? I demanded nothing short of perfection, and you seem to have exceeded my every expectation, Ruja. A finer bouge, I have never seen. A well-wrought oak haft, with a solid steel blade, more than sharp enough to slice through sinew and bone. Many an Arok's neck shall it cleave. I cannot wait to see it wielded. Yes, the glory of the steel bouge you have forged for me shall be sung in the screams of all who stand before it. I see my trust in you was not misplaced, Ruja, and I trust I shall have need of your skills in the future.
Sure. All right, one sec. I need to make some. I need to get myself some chips. I'm still a little hangry. One
Okay.
sec.
Hello, chat. It is me, the bees, of the lot variety. I'm crafting drafts for levy turn-ins. I'm still snacking on the edge of my bedroom charcuterie. So pay me no mind. I have finished my apple juice, but I have my apple slices, which do have some juice in them.
I might have lied a little bit. I didn't just get chips. I also filled my water up too. Sorry for lying.
Oh.
All right. More quests. Forging ahead. Forge Master Brithale needs an able blacksmith to set an example. You know, Rouge, the contracts you've helped the guild secure ought to make us a fortune, if we can find the hands to keep up with the demand, that is. Quite a name you've made for yourself in the process. You've got your head in the forge, so you don't hear what I do. All over the ports I hear the chatter of sailors and merchants extolling the fabled wares from Rouge's forge, and I assure you they ain't alone. Hells, it's gotten to the point where half your fellow smithies are asking that you forge their smitten tools, as if you've got the time to make them one by one. So I told them the most they could hope for would be one wrapped crow's beak hammer, a true example of shining excellence to which all of its kind would be held. What say you, lass? Reckon you can do your forge mates this favor? Sure, here I did it. All I'm asking for is a single wrapped crow's beak hammer, of the finest quality, of course, so I can show your fellow smithies how it's done. Now this isn't a peen, it's a crow's beak. By Firegot's beard! I didn't know he was bi. That's nice. Good for him. Who'd have thought that the brutish tools of force could possess such beauty? The hammer's claw evokes the elegance and ruthless efficiency of a golden beak plucking worms from the ground. And it's flawlessly counterbalanced asymmetrically by the face. Not in the wildest forging fantasies could I ever envision laying hands or eyes on such a perfect hammer. Hells, I reckons it's too perfect to show to that lot. To look upon the daunting heights of such peak perfection would surely discourage even the boldest of button blacksmith. It's like in Lord of the Rings, where, like, you know, Tolkien's like, hey, 10 million years ago, the best sword of all time was ever made. And then every blacksmith afterwards just been like, well, fuck me, I guess. I might as well just give up. On the other hand, it ought to put those uppity smithies in their place. Besides, it'd be a crime to keep this hammer hidden away from the world. With any luck, it'll serve as inspiration for your forge mates, and maybe even motivate one to follow in your footsteps. That was easy. Beauty and the Bardiche. Forge Master Brithale is delighted to see you. 'Tis a good time to be a smithy, Rouge. Clients are banging down our doors, clamoring for our wares. And to think it's all 'cause one fateful day I had the foresight to let you join our ranks. Smartest thing I ever done. Aye, in prosperous times such as these, you can't help but be in high spirits. Even your most hated enemies start to seem like decent folk. Why, just the other way, I downed a few pints with old Phasar. Oh, speaking of which, Phasar was going on and on about this lady gladiator what caught his eye. One he'd like to lavish with gifts. Said he'd mind to have ye forge the weapons.
Simp.
Huh?
Simp.
I mean, I understand it. But you know him. Demanded to speak to you in person. Best go on and oblige the bastard.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Okay. I will wait for you to return. And eat my chips. Maybe watch some GDQ while I'm at it. Stream Inception. Alright, that's enough waiting. Let's keep going. I'll just read this for now. Ruja, good of you to come. I knew no other than whom I could call upon. Her name is Muriel. She's both muse and genius, a portrait of grace and beauty amidst the carnage of war, expertly versed in every technical discipline of combat. Muriel is more than a mere gladiator. She is an artist. She is to paint the battlefield red, only the finest of instruments will suffice. And such instruments can only be created by the greatest of blacksmiths. Thus, I would ask of you a pair of cobalt knuckles, a buccaneer's bardiche, and a cobalt samshire, with which she may reign over the Colosseum like the goddess she is. I will inspect your work when it is complete. Though I have little reason to doubt your capabilities, I will not present to Muriel anything less than perfection. No, I've got him. Knuckles, a bardiche, and a chamasier. They must be fit for a goddess. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. While your weapons look most impressive, I must properly appraise your work. Inside. Ah, the knuckles. A sturdy and stable design for a straightforward weapon. The lack of superfluous ornamentation speaks to an emphasis on function. Next we come to the bardiche, a brutish base weapon likely born of the beast tribes. Initially I feared its barbaric origins might sully Muriel's angelic hands, but I firmly believe there is no weapon her feminine touch cannot civilize. My man, you do not know the joy of watching a really cool woman with a really big weapon hit stuff really hard. It's very cool. And lastly, the shamshear. The shamshear. The seductive curvature of the blade is sinister in its simplicity. You've taken notoriously obstinate cobalt and bent it to your will. Again, you have exceeded my every expectation. I can only imagine Muriel's joy upon seeing such splendid wares. Let her gaze upon the face of the one who forged them. You will find her aboard the Astalica. Astalica, I don't know. Oh, we're just taking him to her. Okay, sure. Oh, geez, it's raining. Hang on, I got this. There we go. Thank God for that one random person who just came up and gave this shit to me one day. Very nice of you. I would have gotten very wet if not for you. I suppose I don't really need the umbrella while I'm inside, do I? But whatever. Here she is. Ma'am? Ah, yes, the gifts I was promised. It is good to know Phasar is a man of his word, though personally I prefer a woman of action. Oh, she's a lesbian. Okay. Show me what you've got. Here you go. Most impressive indeed. I am humbled. With your weapons in my grip, victory is all but assured. Phasar certainly possessed an eye for the finer things, yet that eye finds beauty interests me less than the hands that craft it, the strong, skilled hands of an artisan like yourself. Gladiator and blacksmith make quite a pair, do we not? What is a weapon without a wielder, or a wielder without a weapon? We complete each other. I came to Limsa Laminsa to see your wares at the old man's behest and found everything he promised and more. Know that in the heat of battle, as I clutch them tightly in my hands, my thoughts will be of you.
Aw.
Wow, that's... Wow, ma'am. Ma'am.
So nice.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
How was the bathroom?
Tiny Kitty was very insistent that it meant playtime. and that I had to give her all of my attention while using the bathroom. As she rubs against me and paws at me, and then stands on 2 feet in order to like hit me a little bit to get my hand so that I will pet her.
I wish I had that problem.
I miss Nina.
Me too. By the way, did I mention that initially there was a plan because my brother is going out of town for 2 months?
No, you haven't.
My brother is going out of town for 2 months because he's super cool and got like an internship type thing. But initially there was a plan potentially for me to take care of Nina for that period while he was gone. However, I unfortunately had to let it slip by me because I'm not sure, because I've already said in my apartment lease that like I don't have any pets, and so I don't know what the rule, or I don't know what I would need to do to necessarily figure out how to deal with that. And also, it was just easier for my brother's partner to take care of her, so
Makes sense.
sadly.
I miss Nina.
Me too. Anyway. Waiting in the winglet. Forge Master Brithale has a special commission only you can handle. Good news, Ruja. That gladiator you outfitted, Muriel, done the work of 1,000,000 merchants for us. Her name's on the lips of every Colosseum fan, as is the name of the smithy what forged her armaments. Why are you holding an umbrella, by the way? We're inside. Nina added so much colorful commentary to the streams, though. I know. Unfortunately, I don't think my brother's partner... I've already had to do a little bit of convincing to bring the idea of a Nina cam to my brother. I don't know if I would have permission to set it up in his partner's place too.
Yeah.
So you'll just have to wait. I'm sure we'll get more pictures though. So
Let's go.
You know. Our wares are selling faster than we can forge them, and every member of the guild is reaping the benefits. Aye, that ale will flow like wine at the wench tonight. Of course, customers, they've been asking for you by name, but I tell them you ain't got the time to personally craft all their butcher's knives and bric-a-brac. I've certainly no intention of shoveling that drudgery off on you. But there's one commission what requires your personal attention, I reckon. This one comes to us by way of Phasar, so pay the man a visit. But before you go, a word of warning. Phasar's a solemn soul to begin with, but this job's got him wound tighter than ever, judging from his countenance. Best be prepared for a bleeding tough challenge. Would be crazy if you already had the shit made to finish this, but anyway.
Not even knowing what it is that he needs.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. Hear me, Ruja. None other than the finest blacksmith in all Vilbrand will do for this task. So renowned as are your weapons that your name echoes through the distant woods of Britannia. So powerful your forge that it has bent their disdain for steel into admiration. As such, a former champion of the Colosseum living amid the leaves has contacted me in hopes of engaging your services. That is all I can say. The rest she would tell you herself. The client wishes to meet you in private, and will be waiting for you on the platform just below the drowning wench. Pray do not keep her waiting.
Emily!
Oh, I
Hi,
thought you were
Emily.
saying Emily. That Emily would be the person
client?
we're going to. Yeah.
Maybe.
Hi,
We
Emily.
don't know. Hi, Emily. How was your Monster of the Week stuff? Who was the Monster of the Week? Was it the friends we made along the way?
Was it me?
Was it me? Was it a beholder? Was it a flumph? That's my favorite D&D creature.
Was it Dio?
I don't know, was it? Was it a Brachidios?
Okay, it's below the drowning wench, so you
Oh,
gotta go
okay.
to the other
Fuck
opening.
this.
No,
It was
just
someone
go
trapping
through,
us in Inception
Okay.
bullshit. Oh, I have to... Okay, god damn it.
Go through, and then outside, and then turn left.
Out front?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this.
Someone trapping us in Inception bullshit. Well, that's less fun. But congratulations on defeating the monster that is Dreams. Nights into Dreams. For the Nintendo Sega Genesis. Wait a minute. God damn it.
Yeah. There you go.
Got to do some weird Venom stuff, though? Hell yeah, I love Venom.
Venom.
A well-traveled Micote. You should put on a rain Micote. It's raining out, ma'am.
She likes the water on her ears, I guess.
An honor, Rouge Lorelei. I appreciate your coming all this way to meet with me. I am told you are a blacksmith without peer. It is for this reason that I have come to seek your assistance. The sword I would have you forge must befit a storied Colosseum champion, rather a man who would become one once again. This gladiator is recently returned to Uldar, and has chosen to fight under a different name, you see. Well, we're still in the scenario, but we had to break for next week. It's a lot. Grab food real quick. Monster of multiple weeks, yep. Perhaps you are familiar with the Bronze Bull? I thought not. His performance on the Blood Sand has been less than stellar. Despite his wealth of experience, he struggles. I have seen him fight. His weapons are his weakness. But I fear he thinks himself at fault. Which brings me to my request. I wish to arm the Bronze Bull with a quality cobalt winglet, strengthened with a savage might materia of the 3rd grade. He is a far greater gladiator than his record suggests, and deserves better than the rubbish he wields. When the sword is ready, deliver it to Phasar. He shall see the Bronze Bull receives it. Goodbye. Now we run. I wish there was another fucking Aetheryte over here, by the way.
Yeah. We all do.
Fuck it, I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Wait, I forgot. That's not how I do auto run in this game. Numlock is for World of Warcraft.
Every time I make a new character, I automatically put auto walk and RP walk buttons on my mouse. Hey, that was me.
It's true. Hey, Phasar. I did it.
I am aware of the client's specifications. As soon as I verify that your sword is to our satisfaction, I shall contact the independent recipient. Our intended recipient. You've outdone yourself yet again. Your task is almost complete. In a most particular request, the client wishes to be on hand, yet out of sight, for the purveyance of her gift. I shall attend to the arrangements. You need only be ready.
Since when have you taken a fancy to a male gladiator, Phasar? What's this really about?
I assure you, you will not be displeased. Quite the opposite, I should hope.
Excuse me. Pleased, then.
Precisely. We come bearing a gift.
A gift? For me? Ha! Give it to someone who deserves it. I'm in no mood to be fawned over.
Due to your mounting defeats, no doubt.
I know my record, merchant.
Ah, but that is the very reason I believe this gift will lift your spirits. Behold the cure to your recent woes, a sword like no other.
This blade, I've never seen its equal. Did you forge this, Smith? Yes, that's not my name, though. Oh god, he's got two. Dual wielding. I would be proud to call it my own.
I believe that is precisely what our patron intended.
Care to tell me who your patron is, and why he sees fit to confer upon me such a treasure?
I can say that only she prays for your success. It is her hope that with this sword you will win new glory, and that these words will help you to remember that of old. The way of the sword is such that all who walk it become lost.
Her words, eh? Well, I don't see why she had to orchestrate this bummer's farce. I would have gladly accepted the sword from her in person.
Oh?
Aye, I thought the calamity had claimed her life. I should have known better than to think that the Hellfire Phoenix would die so easily. Damn. That was actually pretty cool, I'll admit. Mm-hmm. And now it is my turn to take wing. Is that a 1.0 character? I don't know. On my honor, I shall one day stand atop the Colosseum and do this sword justice. Bye!
It's not like I would ever be able to know the answer to that.
Kent, are you here? Kent!
Kent!
Kent! Kent!
He just...
If not, I'm Googling it. Kent,
Kent
who's the Hellfire Phoenix? Is that a 1.0 character, that Makode with the red hair? Who is she? Do you know? Is she real? This one. This one right here. Hi. Grainfar's no fool. I suspect he knew I was present the moment his words left Phasar's lips. Why not give him the sword in person? It is complicated. Simply put, I will not involve myself directly in Colosseum affairs. Long ago, I swore to never take up the sword or spear for sport. I have entrusted the Forge Master with your honorarium. Please accept it with my heartfelt thanks.
But what about payment?
No.
But ma'am,
Fuck
what about
you.
payment?
I'm also looking it up right now. So that character is named Jamoldva, aka the Hellfire Phoenix. She is the very first Alamegan to fight at the Colosseum in Ul'dah, other than Raubon. She quickly attained fame for her victories as the Hellfire Phoenix, almost winning the title of champion in a battle with Grainfar, which aka the Bronze Bull. Her triumph was sacrificed, however, to quell the fury during a fight that got out of hand. Blah blah blah. She joined the Wood Whalers. She's literally one of the Wood Whalers in, okay, interesting. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Oh! Oh! Now I know who she is.
What's up?
However, in an extremely funny case of recurring coincidence, you'll never guess what expansion she comes back in, Bees.
Stormblood?
Yeah, it's in Stormblood.
Fuck.
The jokes just keep writing themselves. I don't even have to do anything.
Who is she? As if I would know. She shows up in Stormblood.
To go too much into spoilers, but eventually, our buddy Ehrenwald, who of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, is accompanied by two people. throughout the course of Stormblood, and Jamolva is one of them.
Woo!
So that's really cool, actually. I didn't know that. Well, look who's back from bringing in another fortune. I don't know how you do it, Ruja, but I'm glad you're doing it for us. If you hadn't come along when you did and helped us turn things around with your quality smitten, I reckon I'd be another worthless drunk drowning me sorrows at the wench. Instead, I'm a happily employed drunk celebrating me successes at the wench. You know, any lad with a tool can put passion into her work, but to have it come out on the other side and affect folk is true artistry. Make no mistake, lass, the impact of what you've done for the guild will be felt for years to come. You're one of the best goddamn smitties I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, Ruja. There ain't nothing more to say than that.
Right? No, you didn't try on the hat.
Well, I know what's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, but the joke. You
Too bad. Too late. It's fine.
can't.
It was just gonna make me sad anyway.
Armorer.
Alright, would you like to read Hanan's...
Sure.
The Based Fundamentals. Forge Master Hananza wants you to assist a novice armorer who is struggling with the basics of the Cramped.
Oh, Ruja, just what I was hoping to see. I have a new initiate that has near exhausted my reserves of patience, and I think she would benefit from seeing the results of Pierre's dedication and skill, specifically yours. Her name is Grenay, and Builder, help me. She's the most distracted, fumble-fingered craftswoman ever to lift a hammer.
She looks at Ruja again. Okay, maybe the second most.
If she could, but learn to forge the simplest of items without constant supervision, I would consider it a rare victory. It is unfortunate that Baragot did not see fit to invest all of my armors with your innate talents. But I suppose we must all start somewhere, and if I abandoned every initiate that was slow to grasp the technique, our guild would have a grand total of, 9 members? Mayhap 10? I jest, but 'twould be few enough for our clients in the Maelstrom to have to share breastplates. So what say you, Ruja? You need only craft a dozen sheets of bronze plate to supplement Grenay's own. When they are ready, I want you to deliver them to the lass in person. Mayhap your example will inspire her to take more care of her work.
Okay. I did it.
She's right there, and you're
Yep.
just talking shit about her.
Well, she's wearing this hat. She probably can't hear very well.
Sure.
Oh, you must be Ruja. The guildmaster told me you'd be... wait, where did I put my hammer? There it is. Sorry, what were you saying? Right, yes, I would be most grateful for the extra sheets of bronze plate. Bronze plate. A sheet of hammered bronze. Fuck, man. It sure is. Yep. Gods, did you craft these yourself? Why, these are absolutely... Whoa, nearly dropped them. No harm done, though. As I was saying, I can certainly see why the Forge Master speaks so highly of your work. The bronze is the perfect color and thickness, so I assume you carefully measured out the amounts of tin and copper? I always add too much tin. Did you know that metal can shatter? Well, I didn't. Truth be told, I've tended to put all my efforts into making the armor itself, rather than bothering with the base materials. I mean, compared to hammering out glorious winged helms or ornate greaves, measuring out metals just seemed so trivial. But looking at your work, I'm beginning to wonder. Never realized how beautiful a simple sheet of bronze could be. With materials like this, just imagine the sturdy, shiny suits of armor one might create. It seems I've been putting the cart before the chocobo. From this moment onwards, I swear to focus all my attentions and care on the task at hand, even if the task at hand is forging bronze ingots. And what of you? And what of you, my lord? Do you have any grand projects waiting for you on your anvil? I overheard some of the senior armorers boasting about the coin they made through tradecraft labs. Might that be something you'd consider? They say Tamakri over at the Drowning Wench is the one to talk to, and that's where I'll be heading once I improve my technique. Now, where did I put that hammer? It's right there, girl. Girl, it's right there.
On your hip.
Yeah, you're brushing it with your arm. Come on. Pick it up.
You have to acknowledge the weight.
Yeah. I thought that was just the weight of my fat dumpy.
On the one side?
Sure, whatever.
See a doctor!
One's own worst critic. Forge Master Hananza wishes you to offer a sympathetic ear to a novice armorer.
Where have you been, Ruja? There's work to be done.
I was taking care of the last thing you fucking told me to do.
I need you to speak with another novice, a lass by the name of Driswida. I was due a barbet and buckler from her a few bells ago, but I find myself standing here with nary a nose guard. Lest you wonder, Durstwida is nothing like Renee. She's dedicated to the craft as you are, and I've never known her to miss a delivery. Something must be amiss, and I need to find out what. I had to go ask her myself, but I fear my usual approach may do more harm than good. The lass might be built like a stack of anvils, but she flinches at the nearest hint of criticism.
Me.
That's why I've decided to assign you as Durstwida's supervisor for this job. I'm counting on you to sort this out, Ruja.
True.
She's just been hiding.
Oh, look at her. She looks so sad.
So sad.
Pleasure to meet you, miss. I'm sorry the Forge Master had to interrupt your work so that you might assist me with mine.
How did you know that?
Was literally not doing anything.
How did you
I
know
do
that?
hope you're not angry. I don't know if I could endure another dressing down. As pathetic as it sounds, that's actually the reason my delivery is late. I just can't bring myself to work. I'm sorry, I should start from the beginning. A short while ago, I received a visit from an armorer by the name of Blandsteer. He is one of the old guard, a true veteran of the guild. After but a single glance at the armor I had made, he yelled that my work wasn't fit to cover a kobold's arse, and now I cannot banish the scene from my mind. His face twisted in anger, those scornful words. Am I truly so talentless? The shame, it paralyzes me. If he had explained the flaws in my work, I might endeavor to correct them. But I couldn't bring myself to speak to him, or to anyone else for that matter, not until now. Might you speak with Blandsteer on my behalf? I would know the reason behind this reprimand. I joined the guild with the dream of following in Forge Master Hananza's footsteps, but every day brings another lesson in humility. Mayhap it isn't meant to be. I think you can do it, girl. You just gotta not be like me and accept criticism with grace.
Who's Grace?
I don't know. Also, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna read Blandsteer just because he's like the second most talky person in these quests, and you're already doing Hananza, so. Hi, I'm Blandsteer. If you're looking for an armor with skill and integrity, you've found him. What are you after then? Huh? You wanna know what's amiss with Dristweeds' work, huh? One of the guild's newer faces, are you? All these whelps trained under the Hananza get their heads filled with daft bloody notions of cooperation and camaraderie when what they should be learning is how to use a pair of pliers. I've yet to meet one of our novices as could forge an ingot worth a damn. And them ain't got the skill worth me time, which means you, girl. Now bugger off. Not budging, eh? Whirlsome wench. Alright then, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one chance to prove yourself. Let's see you craft the same pieces your friend made with such a meal of. A decorated bronze barbet and a bronze buckler, it were. Aye, and if they're half decent, we'll have ourselves a nice little chat. Bring me a decorated whatever and a whatever, or you'll get gnawed out of me safe curses, you weeping sack of zog and shit. Here you go, fuck boy. Read it and
I was
weep.
thinking about if they'd be able to see each other from that, like, edge. If he just went a little to the side.
Come at him from his blind spot. Back at last, are you? I was beginning to think you'd crawled off to Ul'dah to buy the damn things from a back alley peddler, or the market board. Anyway, let's have a look, shall we? Bugger me. Are you sure you made these yourself? Huh. Seems at least one of Hananza's whelps knows the difference twixt a hammer and a sledge. Bill to take me, you've some talent, lass. This barbet shows the character of your work, precise and uncompromising as it should be. You realize that forging a helm ain't a matter of slapping a few molded sheets of bronze together? Nice. And your buckler's just as good. Small and light, but a damn sight sturdier than shield's twice the size. Didn't expect to be saying this, but I'm impressed. With its level of quality and polish, you could make a tidy living for yourself as an artisan. But you're the exception that proves the rule, lass. Fact is, the other novices ain't fit to lick your boots. Dristwida included. So you tell her this from me. If you've the time to wallow in wounded tears, you have the time to examine your own mistakes.
There's no room in this world for craftsmen who can't criticize their own handiwork. So learn how to gauge your failings and correct them or hang up your bloody hammer.
I like that he doesn't actually say the specific things, but I suppose that's kind of the point, is that he's trying to get her to do it. Check your own work and all that. But also, like, go fuck yourself, dude. Don't be a dick. Low charisma. Or hang up my bloody hammer? Well, thank you for passing on Blainsteer's advice. I believe I understand what he means to say, but not everyone has the inner fortitude to endure such criticism, be it from oneself or from others. If such strength is required to master the armorer's art, then mayhap I have mistaken my calling. I joined the guild with the dream of following in Hananza's footsteps, but I see now that was folly. I shall have to think long and hard about my aspirations. Please convey my apologies to the Forge Master for the delay. Okay, that's the same thing. Hi.
Ah, so it was Blandsteer that caused this mess. The old bastard always did take it upon himself to weed out the weaker initiates. We're not exactly on the best of terms, he and I, even after all this time. I've known Blandsteer since we were naught but wide-eyed novices serving our apprenticeships under the same master. We always had our differences, but when our master retired, they became that much more stark. And when we both put ourselves forward for the role of Forge Master, the resulting contest drove a permanent wedge between us. Blandsteer's arguments are not entirely without merit, but neither is his approach the only way to train new armorers. For that damnable...
Curmudgeon!
I also read it as Cum Dungeon.
Cum Dungeon!
Curmudgeon.
Let's
Curmudgeon.
fucking go! I love the word curmudgeon.
That damnable curmudgeon.
Word of the day every day.
Though it's his way or no way at all, the idea of nurturing aught less than God's given talent is anathema to him, and his ears wax deaf at the mere mention of it. But outfitting an army is the work of more than a talented few. It is the work of many hands in action. I have turned a blind eye to Blandsteer's behavior until now, but if he would threaten the unity of this guild, something must needs be done. I will think on it. Oh, you're still here?
On Armorer's Pride, Forge Master Hananza wishes to discuss the issue of Blandsteer and his actions within the guild.
How fare you, Ruja? Have you had any further dealings with Blandsteer? In the moments that you've been standing next to me since we've completed this quest?
Nope.
If so, I do hope his bile has not begun to wear away your better judgment. Lest you think me unjust, I do not dispute his skill with a hammer. I merely take issue with the lack of respect he shows to those he deems inferior. He is responsible for breaking the spirits of more than a few novice armorers, and our ranks suffer for it. But I cannot, in good conscience, remove his name from the guild register. For all his flaws, Blandsteer's knowledge and experience would be too great a loss. Instead, I must find a way to soften the old buzzard's stance, and for that, I require your assistance. He will not unfold his thoughts to me.
Get the fuck out of the way, Aura. Asshole.
But mayhap he will to you. Don't look so surprised. You're one of the few armorers in this place whom he wouldn't see cast out. He may possess all the charm of a rabid curl, but he does have a fine eye for talent and an appreciation for well-crafted goods. Take him one of your best iron hoplins, and I dare say he'll share his thought with you. Ah, but I should warn you. Somewhere has informed me that we scarcely have sufficient iron plate to cover our existing commissions, so you will have to look elsewhere.
Yep.
Hawker's Alley is almost certainly where you have what you need, or there's always the option of mining it yourself. Anyway, I apologize for putting you in additional trouble. One last thing. I want you to meld materia to the finished shield. That should get the old sod's attention. Your vacant stare does not inspire confidence, Ruja.
That's just how I look.
Yeah. That's just eternal fear.
Mm-hmm.
In brief, materia is the crystallized essence of a well-worn piece of equipment. Such crystals are attached to other gear to enhance various properties. If you would know more, you should consider paying Mutamix a visit in his camp at Central Fairland. He will teach you about the process of enhancing equipment using materia. Oh, and he's a goblin. Now, the shield that you craft must embody all of the knowledge and skill you have gained thus far. The sight of it should serve to convince Blandsteer that you are a like-minded soul, and prompt him to speak to you as such. Good luck, Ruja. May the Builder guide your hand.
Okay.
Blandsteer.
What's up, bitch? What do you want? Ananza have you running errands again?
Check out this cool shield. It's got a funny rock in it.
Ooh, a funny rock.
What's this? Brought me a shield, have you? With materia? Impressive, but I don't imagine a bit of materia is enough to make up for shoddy workmanship. I ain't the kind to be blinded by sparklies, lass. Now let's have a closer look.
Welcome back, Emily.
Bugger me. 'Tis when they make the step up from bronze to iron that the weaker craftsmen start to show their limitations. Metal being a damn sight harder to shape, all matter of flaws creep into their work. But there ain't a single bleeding one in this shield. Your hammer blows were steady and measured. And you've kept the thickness of the iron nice and even, too. No bugger wants his shield splitting in half because the armorer bent a piece of the plate, beat a bit o' the plate too thin. A fine piece of work, this. Damn fine. That's twice you've passed my inspection now, I'm convinced. You've the kind of skill as demands respect, lass. So as one artisan to another, let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Hananza's handling of the guild?
I haven't really seen too much of it because this is like the most I've been here in like almost a year. So I don't know.
I know you ain't been with us for long, but you must have wondered what she was playing at, am I right? If you ask me, the soft-hearted wench is polluting the damn place with blundering amateurs what her armor is and naught but name. An armorer crafts gear as keep men's alive, and if you lack the skill or the experience to make armor as'll do the job, you've no business holding a hammer. Just imagine what'd happen if a breastplate made by one of them lackwits fell apart in battle. And not just to the poor bastard wearing it, neither. I'm talking about what'd become of the guild's good name.
Oh, arguably the more important thing, right?
The way Hananza trusts these novices with a real craftsman work. She's spitting in the face of the builder. Only a tried and true armorer should be taking on orders and dealing with valued patrons. By refusing to get rid of the dregs, Hananza's dampering the flames in our forges. Forge master, my arse. How can she be so bloody blind?
Cool, man. You should go to therapy. Bye. What is with all of these people in this guild trauma dumping on me? It just keeps happening. Showing your steel. Forge Master Hananza wishes to speak with you.
Ah, there you are. Tell me, were you able to prize anything useful of Blandsteer? What did he have to say?
I told him to go to therapy.
Dampening the flames on our forges.
You should go to therapy.
A similar refrain. That stubborn old sod will never understand why his way is doomed to fail. Not that he's ever even thought of to question it. If we choose not to pass on our knowledge, all of the techniques and methods we've perfected over gods know how long, are destined to perish along with us. Blandsteer bemoans the dampening of our forge's flame, while advocating a course which would see them extinguished altogether. And that is why I will continue to expose all of our initiates to as many facets of the craft as I can, until such time as I die or am replaced. I may add that you yourself stand as a shining example of how effective this approach can be. I'll not force the issue, but you'd make a perfect champion for my cause. That said, Blandsteer has apparently come to much the same conclusion. He submitted an order that asked for you by name. The order is for a single steel ingot. But being the difficult bastard he is, he doesn't want just any steel ingot, he wants an ingot of the purest steel, and that'll require extra effort on your part. Well, I'll not keep you any longer. You've work to do, and cantankerous artisan to impress.
Wait. Yeah, cantankerous. Wish there was a fucking easier way to get to this asshole.
Here to deliver that ingot, lass. I ain't one for idle chit-chat.
Really? Because you were doing nothing but spitting shit at me last time. Anyway, here's your fucking rock. Metal is just rock, if you think about it.
The weight feels right. Let's head inside and have a look, shall we? And then after we're done, I'll teleport you back outside into the rain. Ha ha! I knew you were up to the task, lass. Can't forge steel much purer than that. It's common enough material, of course. And one no self-respecting armorer should have any trouble working. But it's the quality of these common materials that makes the difference between crafting a workaday piece and a masterpiece. No matter how shiny you polish it, your work will never be more than mediocre if the stuff you make it from is second rate. Any road, I can see you've already learned that lesson. I swear, every time our paths cross, you're twice the armorer you were before. And yet Hananza has a talented lassie like yourself tighten up after her bungling bloody novices instead of giving you the freedom to master your craft. Makes me blood boil, it does. For guilds to survive, it's gotta be able to serve its customers' needs. Any buggerers don't contribute to keeping the roof over our heads don't deserve to work under it. I've not but respect for you, Ruja. You're the kind of armor this guild needs more of. But tell me true, are you really content to waste your career wiping the arses of Hananza's squalling babes? Your talent's been buried under a mountain of mediocrity, and it's high time you did something about it. As to what, well, that's for you to decide.
What, are you gonna start giving me out armor quests, buddy? I didn't think so. Now shut the fuck up. Take me back to the cat girl.
Yippee!
Wait, button.
Yippee!
There it is. Hi. May the best armorer win. In a bid to quell mutinous murmurings within the guild, Forge Master Hananza has decided to entrust you with a prestigious commission.
Ah, Ruja, the woman whose name is on everybody's lips. In case you didn't know, the entire guild seems to be holding its breath, waiting to see which side you'll come down on. The popular opinion is that you're ready to take up with Landsteer.
Absolutely not. He's just been trauma dumping on me all day. I don't care.
I have no such concerns, of course. Had you resolved to distance yourself from me, we would not be having this conversation. But that does not change the fact that your allegiance remains subject to public debate, one which threatens the unity of the guild. I propose you dispel our colleagues' unfounded anxiety by demonstrating your affirmation in a manner that none may doubt or dispute. Specifically, I would have you accept the commission of a valued client on my behalf. That, I think, would serve as proof of both my faith in you and of your support for the guild. Present, of course. Tell me, how would you like to try your hand at crafting a suit of steel chainmail? You're a concerned resident of Costa del Sol, an extremely wealthy and discerning gentleman who will accept nothing less than the finest quality armor. As you may imagine, his patience is of great value to the guild. I need hardly add that I would not entrust the commission to an armorer in whom I had aught less than the utmost faith. The client's maidservant, not her whip, will supply you with the finer details of the order. She should be here in the city, conducting business in the Fisherman's Guild as we speak.
I gotta go all the way down to the fucking Fisherman's Guild? What is wrong with you people? Give me a normal place to walk to, for God's sakes. Whatever. Don't worry, Emily, we will not be interacting with Gegaruju. I promise. We will just be interacting with his hot servants instead. Where am I? I'm over here. Wait, no. I want to... Fuck it. God damn it. Nothing is ever easy around here.
Nope.
Pirate town. Okay. Let's see. I think with the way the stream's shaken out, once we finish the armor quests, I think I will just end it there instead of going on to do the Ixal stuff, just because I want to make sure I get some dinner tonight.
Din.
The biggest of din.
Hell yeah.
Hi! Wait, no, this is me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Greetings and salutations! What an honor it is to meet another of Limsa famed artisans! Hey, so there's an A rank here in East Thanalan? That's nice. What's its name? Fred? I'm sorry, a commission. Oh dear, there seems to be some confusion. I have already entrusted my master's commission to a veteran craftsman of your esteemed organization. Mahes. Cool. You're acquainted with Blandsteer. His reputation precedes him, you see, and I saw little reason to doubt that a man of his experience should be assigned to the task. Oh, but I do not mean to suggest that you... I merely sought to justify my own misapprehension. Regrettable though the situation may be, I would hesitate to shame your colleague by stripping him of his commission, given all the sterling work he has done for us in the past, I mean. Yet I can well imagine that you are loath to return to your superior empty-handed. Serving me finished armors of exceptional quality, my master will provide full remuneration regardless of the hand that forges the links. Mayhap it would be best for all concerned if you discuss the matter with your fellow armorer. Okay, well, he better not make me fucking walk all the way goddamn back down here after I'm finished talking with him. Nope. Here. There we go. I need to put my... Wait, not that one. Right, I can't do it while moving. Can't even take out a fucking umbrella while I'm moving. Whatever. There we go. Hey, dickhead.
Well, if it ain't Hananza's lapdog. I heard about your little show of allegiance. Suppose Nodawib told you that I snatched that commission from right under your nose, did she? Seems we got ourselves a thorny little predicament, don't it? Well, I ain't about to hand the job back to you in a silver bleeding platter, but that don't mean I don't want you to give up neither. Don't you see? This is the perfect chance to find out who's the better armorer, to see which of us has walked the right and proper path. I'm talking about a contest of skill, girl. Whichever of us crafts the finer suit of chainmail gets the job. But remember, this bloke pays good coin for a reason. He wants the best, and he ain't about to settle for less. Not that he'll have to, of course. Your armor would need to be bloody flawless to be better than mine. So our mate will be getting his money's worth, whatever happens. Once you're ready, bring your armor back here and we'll lay it out next to mine. We've both got our pride, so I reckon we can judge the results fairly for ourselves. Now bugger off!
Hey, I'm
Just
back.
admitted that his armor has only one flaw, meaning the only way to do better is have no flaw. He got one flaw.
Well, too much pressure for your lass, so you've finally finished putting that chainmail together.
Yeah, here it is. Fuck you. Die.
Chainmail is like so fucking tedious to like put together.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I would agree.
just a bunch of like the same rings, but then you gotta interloop them with the line they're in, and then the line above them, and the line below them.
Yeah, almost as if it's some kind of chain.
Yeah, chain mail.
Why no chain female? That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Hashtag women's rights.
Yeah.
Although, actually, funny story. In Dragon Quest IX specifically, there's 2 sets of paladin class armor, one of which can be only worn by male characters called Holy Male, and another one that can only be worn by female characters called Holy Female. I'm not kidding.
That's really good.
Dragon Quest continues to be the series of I'm sorry, women.
Right then, let's have a look then.
Yeah, Otaku remembers.
Fucking great.
By Bayergot's beard! Where'd you learn to forge links like that? It's bloody perfect!
I play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Roger himself would struggle to stick a dagger through that steel. And look at that luster! Strength and beauty in equal goddamn measure. Ananza should be praising the builder for dropping a gift like yourself in her lap.
I love women. Me too!
Women!
You won fair and square, Ruja. I'll not bother to let you know more. I'll take your beauteous bloody chainmail to Norderweb myself and let her know who it was as crafted it. That's an old tradition among us armorers, case you didn't know. The loser of these contests gets the job of delivering the victor's goods. Gloat while you can, lass. You just joined Hanan's at the top of me list. This ain't over, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I've still got, what, like 4 more quests to go? Something like that. I can do math. And back we go. And I ran so far away. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum. It's raining. Hey. Pans of Steel. Forge Master Hananza wishes to assign you a new commission.
I'm Pam. Greetings,
true.
Ruja. I hear word you bested Landsteer in the Armor's contest of skill. An impressive feat, and one of which you should be proud. But I'm afraid you've made a most troublesome enemy, for he is both persistent and vindictive. As you well know, I speak from bitter experience on that matter. Rather than dwell in this unpleasant rivalry, however, I would have you focus on your craft. Ready your hammer and pliers, Rusha. There is much and more to do. Master Lingseth, over at the Bismarck, has commissioned a new steel fry pan. Oh, we just hang out with him.
Yeah.
And as one might expect from the head of the Culinarians Guild, he expects only the finest wares. Now, compared to pounding out thick, protective plates of armor, cooking utensils, being generally smaller and lighter, require a somewhat more delicate touch. You must bring all of your concentration to bear, lest you risk ruining the entire piece with a single misplaced blow. In light of recent events, which have no doubt left your mind scattered, I believe a task that fully engages your faculties will prove beneficial. Let us not keep Master Linksath waiting, Ruja. To the forge with you.
I did it.
Where's that fry pan, Ruja? It is true that you are no longer some rank novice, but do you not think your posterior is safe from the toe of my boot if you choose to dither and dally?
I love Hananza. She's great.
She's great.
I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Please don't. I will cry. I might cry anyway. I mean, I'll cry anyway, but you know.
Truly another consummate work. I can find no flaw with its weight or balance. It's not so heavy as to be a struggle to lift, yet it remains sturdy enough to endure frantic pace of Bismarck's kitchen. I trust that at this juncture that you comprehend in full my earlier warning. To produce a fry pan of this quality would most certainly have required your undivided attention, and that I can tell I received just that. The consistency of the metal's thickness is all the evidence one needs. This type of precision should not be undervalued. In this case, should the fry pan be poorly forged, the heat of the cooking surface will be uneven, and such flaws are unacceptable to an exacting culinarian master such as Lingseth. Even the sturdiest of utensils, however, rarely last him more than a few seasons. It is a struggle to find more armorers who can meet his demanding specifications when he turns to our guild for replacements. I had long intended to assign this commission to you, but your encounter with Landsteer had me doubting your ability to concentrate. This is one of those rare occasions where I am happy to be proven wrong.
Keep going.
I know, I had to yawn. Your uncompromising attention to detail continues to be an inspiration to your colleagues. And speaking of details, there is one that remains unattended, delivering the fry pan to Master Lingseth's hands. I trust you do not need directions to the Culinarians Guild.
Nope, I was just there.
Run, run, run.
Hiya! Hiya! Take me to the cook place. To the cook place, where they make food.
Come to deliver me new fry pan, have you?
Yep.
Who are you again? Well now, ain't she a beauty? With this pan I'll be able to whip up all sorts of dishes and not fret about burning the middle or undercooking the edges. Say this was your work? Only the Forge Master herself has ever been able to make utensils what I'd consider worthy of the Bismarck. Seems like I finally got me another craftswoman I can trust. You're welcome in me kitchen anytime, lass.
I know, we have already met.
You'd think they would have altered dialogue a little.
Nah. That's just silly.
Spimped.
Spimped.
Spimpting.
Spinch.
Spinch.
Spanch.
I like how when the rain hits the top of your umbrella, but you're running, it just leaves like a mid-air puddle.
Mm-hmm. I'm just running that fast.
Yeah.
Best of 3! Forge Master Hananza has an announcement for you. I already know what this one is.
I hope you're feeling better, Ruja. The Blanster has committed a formal challenge. It seems he means to recover the pride you caused him with your previous victory. He's an overgrown, sulky child who sees his fellow colleagues as not more than his rivals. In his tiny world, all that matters is who is the best, who is the brightest, and who is the most able to provide immediate value to the guild. Now, I would be lying if I said I did not also take such favors into account. You well know my demand for excellence, but the methods we take to reach it differ vastly. Landsteer would run a guild of exclusion, one in which an adventurer like yourself would have been unwelcome. The lack of sense in that is clear. You may be my equal in skill and technique, but it is this narrow perspective that weighed the balance against him in our contest for the Guildmaster's chair. I won, and he lost. The simple facts play an enormous role in the enmity that now lies between us. And I'm certain that past defeat is no small part of what fuels Blanster's present desire to prove himself your better. I regret that this ridiculous feud has drawn you into its bitter maw, but if it means seeing that stubborn old Dodo put in his place, then I'm just childish enough myself to encourage you to accept. Landsteer awaits you at his usual haunt. Go to him and show you the steel to pick up the gauntlet he's thrown down.
Okay. Here I go. You know, man, you can come in from the rain. You don't have to sit out here like this.
This is the only position that no one can, like, surprise me.
Here, let me help. There we go. See? I'm helping.
Oh, thank you. Just about enough of Hananza's coddling ways. She's raising a generation of slackjaws what look like armorers but ain't fit to whip the soot from a proper craftsman's backside. Before you know it, folk will start losing trust in the trade itself. Years of pride and tradition are crumbling to dust around our feet. Of course, ever since you bested me in our little competition, me words don't carry the weight they once did. Seems like I gotta take you down a few pegs before I can start putting things all right. Aye, this world needs to know that old Blandsteer is not to be beaten by one of Hananza's lot, even if it were her prize pup. We'll settle this the old-fashioned way, by beating the shit out of each other.
What?
A 3-round contest of skill. There ain't no point in dragging this out, so let's get straight to the challenge for the first round. The finest mithril queer ass you can forge. That is
Whoa.
actually the pronunciation.
That's me.
Queer ass.
Cameo.
Wow, another one.
Yeah.
Since I'll be choosing the tasks, we'll leave the appraisal to our work to your precious forge master. I'll be taking me armor to her directly. Once you've shown Hananza your own queer ass and heard her decision, you bring the piece to me so I can see it for myself.
Look at my queer ass.
Here I am to go show this woman my queer ass.
Oh. Sorry, I was looking at the Vieira's name.
You were thinking about queer ass?
No, I was looking at the Vieira's name.
Oh.
The Peter Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Blainsteer has already been here to submit his work for appraisal. You have
How?
a mythical queer ass prepared for as well, I trust?
Yeah, here it is.
You're like, I definitely do. Sure. This is superb craftsmanship, Ruja. It seems the pressures of this challenge have done not declared your eye for detail. In fact, you may have produced your finest piece yet. It is superior to Blainsteer's in every aspect. You think me biased? Yes, it is true that I despise that self-centered windbag, but I mean to judge this contest fairly, and that Rogadin's armor was indeed sported with his customary quality. But it is thus that the brilliance of your cuirass shines all the more brightly for improving on the work of a master artisan. Mithril is a notoriously difficult metal to shape, yet see the gloss on these plates, not a single imperfection to mar the surface. I have cast an eye over many a suit of armor, but it is refreshing to know that I can still be impressed. First round goes to you. I only wish I could be there to see Blainsteer weep when you show him the masterpiece you have created.
True.
Ready to
Okay.
weep, Blainsteer.
Yep. Oh, I can get rid of my umbrella now. It's nice and sunny out.
Yep, you're safe.
Mm-hmm. Hello!
So, Ananza chose your armor over mine, did she? Surprise, surprise. Come then, pup, let's see this bloody work of art.
First it was peens, and now it's queer ass.
Let's
We're
go!
really running the gambit on this shit.
Huh. Well, you've not been neglecting your craft, that much is certain. Can't rightly disagree with her decision. But the next round will be a different story, you can be sure of that.
Our
John's.
quest line says gay rights, queer rights.
Yep. Yep. Queer rights to have ass.
Yeah.
Hi. For the good of the guild, Forge Master Hananza wishes to relay to you Blainsteer's next challenge.
Blainsteer has notified me of the challenge for the second round of your contest. Defeat in the first round has humbled him not a whit, it seems. You may have gained an early lead, Ruja, but keep your focus sharp. As I said before, complacency can be your downfall. And a man like Blainsteer is at his most dangerous when his pride is on the line. Now, according to the wishes of your vindictive veteran, for the next round you are to craft several items, and you must do so within a reasonable time frame, to, quote, reflect the pressures of an actual commission. He fails to mention what he considers to be reasonable, so I suggest you work with dispatch. The challenge requires you to forge a pair of mithril-plated...
Caligay.
Caligay? Gay?
Gay?
A reinforced mithril elmo, and a pair of mithril solarets, all of the finest possible quality. Naturally, every one of these items requires an abundance of mithril ore. See how he deliberately chooses the same material as before? Such is Blainsteer's confidence in his ability, and his certitude that he cannot be beaten twice under similar conditions. This is your chance to unravel that obnoxious self-assurance and end his contest with a second round victory. If anyone can quench the fury of that insufferable Ruja, Ruja, it is you. What is that fucking Ara wearing?
I don't know.
That's
Don't look at
not
him.
a shirt.
Don't look at him.
I'm sorry. Got distracted.
Bring your submissions to me once you are satisfied with your forging. Take no shortcuts. I expect to see armor of unsurpassed quality.
Sure, here I go.
Do you have the pieces required for the second round? I need to see a pair of mithril-plated... Okay, just...
It's the same thing.
Caligay.
Yep.
There we go. A reinforced mithril elmo and a pair of mithril silhouettes. All of the best quality you can muster.
Bop, boop, bip. Yep, sure is.
Well done, Rusha. Your work was flawless. I would declare you victor this very moment, except... I need you to relinquish this armor to the guild. That's why it concerns a potentially dire loss of trust and reputation. You recall the time I aided one of our novices with an order of bronze hoplins? Well, I'm afraid young Swithin has failed to deliver once more. He has improved much in his craft, spurred on as he was by your example, but again, the lad accepted a commission he could not hope to honor, and one does not break a promise made to the maelstrom. I could drop full responsibility for his failure onto Swithin's unreliable shoulders, and cast him out of the guild. But what worth is a guild that does not to support its own members when they truly need it? Landsteer is a hard man, but not entirely without reason. If you would explain the circumstances, he may go on to a few extra days to forge his submission anew. What say you, Rusha? Will you yield your work to the guild?
Yeah, I probably will. Rusha cracks under the smallest amount of pressure, so yeah, she'll do it.
Absolutely. Have God's blessings upon you, Rusha. Swithin, come over here and show some gratitude.
I don't know how to repay you for saving my neck yet again. I'll never forgive myself if it costs you your victory over Blandsteer. By the compassion you and the Forge Master have shown me this day will not be squandered, I promise you. I'll work twice as hard, 3 times even.
We arraign your debt. I'll arrange to have these pieces delivered to the Maelstrom Quartermasters immediately. Meanwhile, you should hurry over to Blandsteer and explain the delay in your submission.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to accept it. He's just going to go, nope, you lost. Fuck you. Die.
Sounds like it.
Hey, man. Sorry, I don't have them.
What's this now? You let the guild have your armor and to make up a missed order? Ha ha ha! What'd I tell ya? Those fumble-fingered parasites are holding you back at every turn. You was meant to honor the terms of our contest, no matter the circumstances. Now you've neither the gear you crafted to show for your effort, nor the time to forge a new submission. This round goes to me. Victory, my favorite kind. By default. I'd grant you this ain't the kind of victory a man looks for, but rules is rules, lass, and failure comes with consequence. So I don't want to hear no excuses for the final round. You just bring your best work to the table and we'll let the results stand for themselves.
Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe he didn't accept it.
What?
Alright, it's time for the best crafter quest ever.
Truly?
At least in A Realm Reborn.
Okay.
Because it shows off just how truly based Limsa is as a place. Do you remember this quest at all?
No.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great. I must thank you. No, this is you.
That's
Sorry,
me.
Go ahead. Sorry. I
must thank
almost
you
stole
again,
your
Rusha,
thunder.
yeah, for sacrificing your time and effort to help our guild with that order for the Maelstrom. It behooves us not to fail clients such as they, no matter the reason, but as our fate, we are rarely afforded a respite from the flames of the forge. I've recently been informed that Admiral Merlwib will be inspecting various organizations, our own Armorers Guild included, and their roles in promoting Limsa trade to the east. The impressions made during the inspection will have direct influence on whom the Maelstrom chooses as the provider of its equipment and other sundry supplies. Landsteer, in its usual arrogant manner, has proposed that we seize this opportunity to have the Admiral herself serve as arbiter for the final round of your contest. Imagine how that bastard would crow if you were to suffer defeat before the commander of Lun's grand company. The credence such as public failure would lend to his arguments would spell the end of the guild as we know it. You must not allow this to come to pass. Success in the this third and final challenge hinges on your ability to forge what might need to be the most exquisite cobalt
Halbergion.
Yeah, in the realm.
I don't know.
And as you'd expect, it is one of the more demanding pieces of armor a student of your discipline can attempt. While I harbor not the slightest doubt that you will produce a harbinger of surpassing quality, let us tip the scales in your favor by augmenting it with materia, a heaven's eye materia of the 3rd grade to do the trick. Once your armor is complete, deliver it to Sergeant Zwinberg at Hawker's Round, and he will see it passed along to the Admiral.
Alright, let's do it. God, I fucking love this quest so much. The armor, I gotta say, the armor, like, quest line is probably one of the better early A Realm Reborn crafter quest lines. Because, like, it actually has, like, a storyline that you can follow. The blacksmith one is just kind of like, you're making armor for a merchant who doesn't like your boss, and also he likes giving lots of gifts to women, because who doesn't really?
Yeah,
but you have to make them all. So much so that the lady he's giving them to falls in love with you instead of him.
No!
And then you meet a guy, and then whatever.
Seen that coming.
I mean, some people are attracted to fail girls, so. Where's the Lorelei? Ah, you have a Cobalt Haubergone for me then. I would not do to keep Admiral Merlevid waiting. Yep, here you go. Consider your submission accepted. I think you'll enjoy the Admiral's method of appraisal. Let me tell you, buddy, I do.
Fucking strolling in with a fucking big ass crew.
Yep.
Ruja, Landseer, this is the final round of your contest. Will decide victory or defeat. May the best armorer win.
So those are the ones that we crafted, by the way, in case you're curious.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Admiral, who are these gentlemen? Where are the mannequins?
I find little can be learned from insipidly lifeless models, so I've decided to take a different tack. My men here will wear your armor as submissions instead.
I see. Do you intend them to take on varying poses for your inspection?
Of course not. In a manner of speaking, we wish to determine the quality of the armor, do we not? I prefer the direct approach. Alright, beat the shit out of them. I love Merlin so much. Literally just hit them.
Margot's beard? What kind of appraisal is this? What was that?
It was Max saying, hit me again, I like it.
Okay.
You're never that surprised, Tananza. No finer way to test your gear than in the heat of battle.
Using flesh and blood warriors is hardly necessary. What are the risks of injury?
Yeah, you didn't actually hit either of them there, believe it or not.
Me armor was built to withstand far worse than this. Those blokes got hurt by them oversized hatchets, then I ain't got no business being here. You agree on that score, don't you, Ruja?
Well, well, it appears your claims to excellence are more than empty boasts. Let's raise the stakes, shall we? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Kent, you called it, man. Fucking shoots them.
Fucking God. Bro, go too far.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, It's why the Maelstrom is the best Grand Company. Merlin just comes up like, how do we test this armor? Oh, I know. Blap blap. Fuck you. Such expensive equipment is of little use to us if it cannot stop a bullet. And lest you think me reckless, my men were never in any real danger. I quite carefully inspected the sturdiness of both Hobergons before we began. You are not the only one with an eye for quality, dear Forge Master. In any case, it appears we have a winner. She actually shot one of her own men.
He's fucking dead.
And you know what the funniest part about all this is?
Tell me.
Because she inspected them beforehand and she knew which one was better, she probably had to tell one of her guys, now listen, I'm gonna shoot you. And the bullet is going to hit you. Are you okay with that? He's like, yeah, whatever,
Probably
man.
told both of them, like, hey,
You might get shot.
to be shot.
Yep. Anyway, that's why this is the best one.
So fucking good.
Because Merle Webb.
I don't believe it. The shot punched through me, Lynx. What's so damn different about your armor and mine?
Oh, he's fine, see? Perhaps the reason you cannot answer that question, Armor, is the reason you just lost your colleague.
Bloody hells.
He's...
Okay.
Somebody, please get... No, I like that nobody's even helping him. They're just like, nah, just walk it off, stupid.
Wait, is he gonna walk in the... Yeah! Let's go! Wait, he's gonna go down?
Wait. I hope he just falls down the stairs.
Everyone's going so much faster than him. Wait. There's shot.
Yeah,
There it is.
yeah! You're doing it, buddy! This was most educational and entertaining experience. When the Maelstrom next finds itself in need of replacement equipment, I believe I know just the sort of armorer to whom we shall turn. That was pretty based as fuck.
Congratulations, Ruja. It was a close contest, but you struck a telling blow here today, nonetheless. No, that wasn't me. That was.
I didn't do that. she shot a guy.
Look. Question is, does Blandsteer yet realize his folly? It would be best for you to seek him out to learn where we now stand.
Oh, he's gone.
Gone.
So funny.
So good.
This is the second time today that we've impressed Merlvin because we gave her some good food.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah. She didn't say anything in that, so I got
Yeah.
worried that like she wouldn't talk in this one either, and I was like, hang on.
No, it's about her. So, or like she's the focus of it in this time. In the other instance, it was the Sultana that was the focus of it. So of course
Yes.
she was.
But
gonna be
imagine if she didn't talk at all while being the focus.
Imagine
Like,
if
she
when
just
judging your
gestures-
food,
She just
when judging your
gestures-
food, she takes out a gun and shoots it.
No!
She's like, good food. I judge everything the same way.
Pie. God.
Your crowned pie could not save itself from assassination.
Come to see me beaten and broken, have you? Made a bloody fool out of me. Bah, made a fool out of meself. I was just too thick-headed stubborn to see it coming. Reckon I ought to steer clear of guild business for a time. Get me some distance to think on all this.
This food needs some pepper.
Blam! But you tell that harpy Hananza she better not let this place fall to pieces. I'll still be watching. I don't really have anywhere else to go other than here.
I enjoy smoky aftertaste. Pew!
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna peppercoat it.
Shoot it.
Gotta get some pepper from my pepper box.
Just a fucking pepper spray.
Yep.
I would very like Blandsteer to have the last word. At least now he seems to have grasped the idea that this way was not as absolute as he believed. After all, the greatest source of innovation is found in our connection with others. For instance, did you know that the kobold was the original pronunciation of cobalt?
That's actually very interesting.
It was thought... What? It was through trade with the beastmen miners that we first encountered, and subsequently refined the use of cobalt ore, which, without such a contract, it is unlikely that the armor you forged for the last round of your contest would even exist today. There is only so much an armor can achieve on her own. It is mutual respect and a healthy dose of friendly rivalry. That truly spurs the improvement of a craft. Landsteer's gravest mistake was to see his rivals as enemies. By whaling himself off from his peers, he denied himself the knowledge of techniques which you were grateful enough to receive. His defeat was inevitable. I fucking hate, like, watching her goggles move and then just looking at the, like, protruding lenses as if those were where her eyes were, and she just looks like a frog.
Just frog cat.
Let's go. And it was your determination and skill that taught him the dangers of stagnation. You embody everything I stand for, Rusha, and the guild is richer for your presence.
Hang on. Okay, I'll try on the hat.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh well. And so we end it with a bang. A gunshot, even. The gunshot heard around the world. I hope that guy's okay, by the way. Because, you know, I mean, like, very funny that happened, but also, like, fuck, man, like, you gotta help that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's one last thing I'm gonna do, and that is read this. A demon brick, which I got from a dungeon. We are all better off not knowing what arcane magics animate this ordinary stone brick, or block. Brick-a-block. Demon brick. For many years, modern archaeologists did not understand how a seemingly primitive civilization without clockwork or steam technology could build the massive stone structures of Amdapor. Animated bricks, such as this one that has chosen to follow you, may be the missing link. Underneath this gear, I'm built like a brick privy, says Chachabi. What? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Alright, well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for stream today. I'll go ahead and transition over to the ending screen here. Once again, thank you guys very much for joining me. Bees, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you guys enjoyed Merluib's funny shoot-'em-up adventure. Well, let's see. Bees, do you have anything you'd like to promote?
Play Ghost Trick June 30th.
True. Thank you. Exclamation point Ghost Trick.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And next stream is probably going to be some Twilight Princess, so tune in for that.
Bye.
But until then, goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.